Utilanya, neno vyo nade, ohana jababa, beya wonuma, hano ube na ya sito uboru. Ube neno vyo nade, ohana jababa, beya wonuma, hano ube na ya sito uboru. Ube hano ube na ya sito uboru, nodye, hano ube na ya sito uboru. Ube hano ube na ifuta uboru, nodye, hano ube na ifuta uboru. Iwebe neno vyo nade, ohana jagbagba, beya honuma, hano ube na ya sito uboru. Oba majina be maide tinye na uba, ai madapo huda, kebe gale ke tutu hola, benamo, bibona obe, bibona, ai 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 oh ai 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 oh Besagona, dodoge, no bituera besagona, dodoge, obele nambe mawa mesi, dombe lolo, sale si keke lile, zagona dodoge, si o mate mawana eke bele o, tuera besagona, dodoge, no bituera besagona, dodoge, tuera besagona. Dodoge Egbe hali podi eso miracle Ay 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 Viviti moneleji kuna ye Mauya manolo Akaya manole Ole gomya beya Ase bora, ole gomya beya se, ole gomya beya, mbena bora, ole gomya beya se, ole gomya beya, aloe bora, ole gomya beya lo, ole gomya beya lo. No yomya efina ho, no se llame kwa obina jiro, paspo sebe efona miro. Kakala banyade na le rutina miro, beno no yobia evira oro, ao kose nyame kwa obina jiro, aye basko sabe evara miro, kakala banyade na le rutina miro, eleolo no daleolo, eleolo no daleolo. No viva, ne ma plena Lucio Yesu ananda. O beva, ne ma plena Lucio Yesu ananda. No viva, ne ma plena Lucio Yesu ananda. No viva. Lucio Yesu ananga. Uti alele jita, alele jita. kokoe la fotanama afopamelansi afoparo afopasi afoparo afopasi ayeyelolo la fotanama yelolo la fotanama afopamelansi Serabe, oh, no, ya, oh, my God, oh, they go and Serabe, oh, aye, oh, me la figure, now they come in, no, me get me dodora, chero, no, me lo, ayo, mano, pedora, me, mahune, perunye, mano, pedora, me, lerare, perunye. Ayo komado, ayo komado, yaya pereji yale gbegbe, ayo komado, le ayo komado, ayo komado, yaya pereji yale gbegbe, ayo komado, obe no kaewa. Jikunya kaunye, afinye lolo, do jikure nunye, nyaka emeblo, jikunya kaunye, lolo nezanto mafakora olo, lolo nezanto mafakora olo, lolo nezanto mafakora olo, obenu ka emeblo, jikunya kaunye. Afinye lolo, do jikune nuje, nuka hemewa, jikunu ka oje, lolo nezando mafakora olo, ayo komado, ayo komado, nyaya pereji nyale bebe, ayo komado, ose iye, ose iye. Otitobe mawale foma, mutiranya. Egatobe mawale foma, otitobe mawale foma, wamenobe mawale foma, mutiranya. J'ai fouillé, j'ai cherché, j'ai pas trouvé. Mutilanya nukele jwa maseme, oh Lord, mujibe maseme la. Kofibe mawatura tonye ma ayo. When I'm nemavo, ayadudu nyona musoma vo ayo. When I'm nemavo, ayadudu nyona musoma vo. Engatobe mawale foma, otitobe mawale foma, wamenobe mawale foma, mutilanya.
Mix 100.9 FM suni. Na ene Wednesday, March 4, 2026. And the time just about gone 35 minutes past 1. And ne ukwada. Obenimbo sume na ye wuremu. Ne da etoso ne da etoso 9. Afimpino eduno ensia. Na me manti dwumadi e de bremu ne no. ensemfua mmiɛnsa ɛyɛ kwane a yɛfa so nnuane ahodoɔ a yɛtɔ no wɔ mmɔntene so kwan mpo na twe n'adwene esi so sɛde yɛsi fa yɛ nnuane no na yɛde abrɛ yɛn ɛna ɛnɛ yi nipa bi ɛbɔ nkaeɛ sɛ plantain chips kora yɛkyeɛ no yɛde rubber ɛto ɛyɛ anwanum na kyerɛ sɛ ɛma anwa no ɛnwe ntɛm na ama bɔɔdeɛ no ɛnonom anwa no na anwa no awe nipa dodoɔ no a ɛtɔn ɛyɛ plantain chips no esusu sɛ ɛnyɛ nokorɛ ɛnyɛ saa na asɛm no teɛ na ɛyɛ nipa bɔnfoɔ bi ɛna ɛyɛ nneɛma bi ɛma ɛde anim guaseɛ ɛbrɛ wɔn kowie sɛ wo obi ɛkye ɛyɛ plantain chips yi na okoto so sɛ wɔde ɛyɛ rubber atomu a wontimi nyina hɔ ɛnhwɛ ne din sɛ ɔde rubber atom na wɔtwɛn ama ayɛdeɛ bɛnea awie na ayɛ crispy na kyerɛ sɛ ayɛ den na watimi ato na wɔn mo chikelewole wɔn complain anwa a wɔn de to wasesene no ma na wɔde tɔn ne kelewole na yɛdɛ na deɛ ɔtɔn plantain chips deɛ ɔbɛsesen anwa no sɛ anwa no bɛnonom enti ɛdeɛ mede rubber tum na no dwada yɛ no mu hyia ha ama wɔn de wɔn asɛm atu dwa nneɛma na ɛha wɔn akyiri kora deɛ wɔn ka no wɔ akyiri no koraa na gyesa ayɛ sɛ wɔn a yɛni bie no a yɛkyere nkakra de gyinagyina kwan ho no ɛna nipa bi ahyɛ da abɔ wɔn ho no bi paa sɛ yɛmfa saa nsɛm no ɛnto dwa na yɛnkɔ gyinagyina baabi koraa sɛ yɛakyi bi na yɛmfa rɔba ntom na yɛmfa foto asɛm yɛ so nyɛ nnɛ asɛm ɛkɔ bɛsɛ mfie du koraa ni na nkurɔfoɔ keka saa nsɛnsɛm no ɛkɔ bɛsɛ mfie du nie yɛsɛ waakye yɛde wei ne yɛde yɛ banku yɛde wei ne yɛde yɛ ɛnwo yɛde wei ne yɛde yɛ ɛwoɔ yɛde wei ne yɛde yɛ apetesi yɛde wei ne yɛde yɛ akeka no ɛdɔɔso nanka legislative instrument on labeling yɛma na yɛ adwuma a nanka bɛboa yɛn Food and Drugs Authority wɔyɛ strong market surveillance a nanka bɛboa yɛn ɛso so wei no akɔyɛ sɛ mmabaawa yɛ tɔn adeɛ wɔ kwankyɛn ɛna yɛyi wɔn afiri adwom yɛnɛ ɛyɛ anim ha ya wɔn mɔkye camera esi so na yɛmfa rubber ɛnto ɛyɛ baakum ɛnkye na ma yɛmfa rubber ɛnto baakum na yɛnkye na yɛnhwɛ sɛ yɛkyi wie a deɛ na rubber da mu no ɛno no bɛyɛ crispy asene deɛ na rubber nam no anaa yɛkyi wie a yɛbɛhwɛ sɛ deɛ na rubber da mu no anwa no ɛbɛdɔɔso asene deɛ na rubber nam no anaa into two separate gas lit na two separate bowls a yɛakyi wɔ mu na kyerɛ sɛ yɛnhwɛ no mmienu a wɔn ka kyɛ no nyinaa real time on camera a yɛbɛtumi de ahwɛ na afei yɛwie so a anwa no a yɛde rubber to mu no yɛbɛretain anwa no de ama sɛ standard authority sɛ particles bɛn ɛna ɛwɔ deɛ yɛde rubber to mu no mu na wɔn de wɔn asɛm nyinaa ne sɛ wɔn firikyi ɛyɛ plantain chips nyɛ nnɛ na afei na sikafoɔ yerenom a yɛwɔ ɛyɛ dwetire ɛda dan mu a yɛnhunu deɛ yɛmfa nyɛ ahyɛ aseɛ sɛ yɛba abɛdi saa adwuma no bi adwuma no wɔn ba abɛdie no ɛkɔ akɔwie sɛ wɔn apɛ nipa no bi ɛma yɛde saa misinformation no ɛde ɛtum propaganda no yɛde tum na kyerɛ sɛ wɔn no kye so wɔn de ɛkɔ various shopping malls wɔn de kɔ various petrol stations ɛkɔ tontɔn nti ɛdeɛ na wɔn gyina kwankyɛn no yɛnyi wɔn free market no mu na wɔn share of the market no nkonko di deɛ de kɔ malls no hɔ deɛ de kɔ supermarket no hɔ deɛ de kɔ petrol stations no hɔ nti kyerɛ sɛ ɛwɔ yɛ industrial warfare paa yɛ fɛn sɛ marketing warfare paa na ɛkɔ so yi ɛnyɛ ambush one paa wei de marketing warfare paa nti ɛne di kan yɛbɛhwɛ ɛtɔ soɔ nso so no graphic de aba graphic business stanbic forum ɛna wɔse transport sector needs stronger framework. Mauku afajenu. I say transport sector needs stronger framework. Mauku afajenu. Ana wadi we wadi ebaye. Na semu nyina no onze Ghana ha ye wo mini bus bi a ye frɛ no Stanbic into various trotro stations, various transport terminals a oka Stanbic a enkrofo nim ɛyɛ mini bus a friend Stanbic na mawuko afɛgye no se wɔn pɛ abosia na saa time sika botene a wɔn de hyɛ mu sɛ ye beto brand new vehicles na ye de ayɛ ye saa trotro any short term intra districts ɛde akɔ na nka mfie sɛ enum bia no na ye old stock na nka yasan replenish it with the new stock na ye recycle saa sika no saa na nso so no lack of trust ya ma de na ntimi ankoso Ghana ni enya gye boss no ayese bosumi bi atuatua sei oye ya no afa ne say saban bi na ho ne de ma ne dia on de wafa omuntua nti ma Stanbic no yes that time Stanbic Bank omudi anim no ema omujaye nti na esi ye per regulatory framework and na say ye per operational framework betimi ama adwumayefo epon a on betimi akofie in comfort omu ko adwuma betimi akɔ in comfort na car no on betena mu no car papa no a dia na ahia sɛ yeye ni nyina ehun nsɛm ene yebeka ansa ana Ghanaian Times eno de Ghana mampanyini emfoni de aba osi Middle East crisis osi brace up for economic shocks. President Mahama osi brace up for economic shocks na Ghana mampanyini say ene de ya America ene Israel wani akwaye de benia wani akototo topaye ede akọ Iran na Iran to free say ono ni intercontinental ballistic missile bi a wode kọ America ho enti etisade na American interest in the Middle East no yen taki American interest no to mo topaye de kọ Arab Emirates ede kọ Bahrain ede kọ Syria ede kọ Kuwait ede kọ Saudi Arabia ede kọ Jordan na no how no eba no na Strait of Hormuz baby a yede ship with the oil enam no na ekose Ghana mampanyini say yenya hoboa se wo how kakra ebetimi abaye so nti sa hoboa no na Ghana mampanyini working ye bedwendwene ho na ye hunu baby de yefufuo beko na wose minority fo na wo makọ afuo ahoduo mu na omukọ afuo ahoduo mu a photo baako anodom pra wogina baabi chese ene da hanumi minority takes cocoa price fight to the farms na minority takes cocoa price fight to the farms no anodom pra ne gina hai edie na momo kase aban no onye momo yenti eno anodom pra edie na aban no onye momo yenti eno na kokko akuafo na bre ene politics ahodo no politicians modo mo ye no omo livelihoods asam ne yeka they are not on pre momiyante mosi abano onye den rather than headline minority takes cocoa price fight to the farms cocoa price fight out there co farms saying abano onye den momfa adwene bi mra ne nyina ye nta kire hu sasa adwene we de to aso na cocoa price cocoa farmers no omo livelihoods asem ene ye ken why ampanifo beba dem ase no haruna ye Kingsley Amaliba obeba dem of the NDC engineer Ntwibu Asiakon of the MPP obeba dem and Kwam Jampo of the Convention People's Party comrade as we ha na me amidi dwuma hu chia me from ADAKABRI Mamudu Usioma Abra Frema na Nana Ntwibu Asiakon Majero Sajiman na omota mechirima ye dis adwuma yanko abrosana se despite abrosana se and nesa kwa me despite ship house ase wa Abeka Junction je Kufuor Avenue na ye ne Abramoye radio host despite media and they watch Plantain and the radio host and despite and the entertainment and social issues educator. Na ya no konkodwon. And that's also no de ye betie no a rubber bia namu no meja bia ni mu ha sei wutwamu a brabeji biwe. Wutwamu a brabeji biwe. Wutwamu a brabeji biwe. Ya chini bebre na wa kasa so ye pe independent assessors. Brabehwe de na ye rubber bidam ene de na rubber binam. Na wankasa fa konante na kan wasem na de rubber bia so nem so no be yi be free na ko baby abna
ADAKABRI
ye me dofo abna radio host despite media aden
the Bible says eti adansi na amofa maye nobody has pass economy ni omumma na amanfo omu ekaka wo mu se person omu se no sedientia say na say propaganda bia for say yes say omode oil omode rubber efra anwano na omode ase plantation no one for longevity say the principal nature of the plantation no omode see that say last longer also to make it fancier so that the tobacco and then also set and one almost since I would plantain and one and one quarter and one. I would the rubber here and no dear and no one. And they came here today to put to us say it is a life from the place of hell. I don't know because they never say everything I say I'm so glad that this will come around or who's one. Now I'm going to put say plantain or what is on my bag medical food here. A ban is 10 or what rubber ever take. Many of us say they are two buttons. I say, give me a little from me. Now, no credit, I have a coupé. No credit, I have a coupé. In honesty, I have not seen any difference. The rubber is not even, you know, honest, I have not seen any difference. Anytime you not see any there, not the rubber family. Who's the rubber? Home. It's all about the ADAKABRI say, Plantain army by baby or but many can say, I wish say a unit or a TV station. What you want a white residue, and white one rubber. It is all around.
Saturday, a year, ADAKABRI bankrupt, or they throw a year Neat FM online. And into 1 year, one more Neat FM live, no, they will see online. Say ADAKABRI, say the achievement. What say the did rubber at the did rubber to one muno. Say we careful analysis. I mean, who say rubber be atitary a year at the end. Abna
ADAKABRI, hold on.
Okay. Ti yane Abraham way. And a form ho. I know. Sabri will say no. ADAKABRI is working around the clock. Say, which media to live. You. Okay. Dear, yeah.
Like I said, with the one with the other rubber, you see the plastic residue on it.
And the plastic residue on the rubber tumuno.
The rubber is who's the plastic not carry home?
It will your observant. What shall be?
You will see that there is something wrong with what you're about. And then also the myth say, I mean today I actually believe this myth for a very long time till I'm actually standing here today. Because yet say almost the plastic in almost the back bear tray. The plastic woman I think all back too. Almost as if it's not even bubbling. And I'm standing here.
I just said dear Robert the demo. I know a check and son have been.
Yes, and to me being as this are when to me being and to me being but your friend is saying you're shooting room. You have to bear 4 batches.
I just said I've been honest. Nadia, she Robert in the mono. Muchi we no a crispy and now with the 2 of my baby. I'm not a bit too unknown. Prove me and say a crispy and pa. Na she and one of me and she say, dear Robert woman no angwano. etamu na de rubber enemu no anwa no atekwa fam ana
The rubber was the value is actually the same. Now you have to paper. It's not one that the one with the rubber is cooking the plantain. And the one without the rubber is actually frying it.
Oh.
The one with the rubber inside is actually cooking it.
It's cooking it. So I say a cooking no. Now the one without the rubber no air fry na. No no, but yes chino.
Yes, but what's the I was so bubbles when you like I say
chiw no.
To wait and to the end.
And one say a demusa. Enti one kasa wo personal experience woni NKZ energy na ho woni Tundra energy na ho woni your friend saying odosewa energy na ho mo personal assessment mo nka mo personal assessment me ntie
I am glad that initially I didn't understand why they were standing and they were making all this noise, but today I am glad I have come to stand here. Because the propaganda that was going around, I don't remember the last time I bought plantain in traffic. Because I was not about to keep myself rubber. But standing here today and seeing what they're doing, I mean, it's for a good cause. Somebody has to see this to see that. Am I a will be a Juma?
Eti abna say ye tie dia wo kai a na je say wabna mo the woodru street no mu na kokoto aya plantain chips a wo kire me say and you have been educated that ubetimi observe the obeto ne say whether na rubber da nwanu mu na rubber nem.
I know. And then I think that yes. ADAKABRI unless the company is not down. But the answer you know, they do have white party for one. In the water. This one you have to white think it's a crowd.
And they just say sa residue no who observe wa be hunu.
And
Abna okay ma yene e friend say wa broni so entie aha odo say wa broni na wo te sen okay ehun ye enoma mienu ne ye chi ne fom wa say plantain chips a eda nwanu mu a rubber bia na nwanum na plantain chips a eda anwamu a rubber eso edamu wo personal observation so far anything
so far na who difference pa me who say omo person who say plantain chips for juma because the only rubber na tie no and the one for rubber na tie no the almost for on the eno for abi and the rubber na dem enya sure pa and omuti re simple no rubber there no aye mama no batu makara me wa omuti emu rubber na the rubber no woman no at the salon rubber na the white and so you observer who don't say I don't know what you know a rubber will stand in quite different they actually know plantain style I saw no so plan who say papa they said I'm not asking you what they do half
na odo se wa broni wada roma ye kan ebi kwa na anim aduane noa enti wa ahwe a wo hunu se bibi atotwoma na wo nim aduane noa a bibi etotwoma a wo be hunu
mini mediane ni apa me afantina bai wa mini mediane ni enti dia o ma ye ma ye hunu se o kan fa amu do na pesa o mu se antetu kwa aduma o ma se do man for the man no o ma se first one at the second no for third one the by the one na see ani there second one go da to buma eno
Sesi ano de ye hwe o screen no so no Neat FM online no live one no na go wie se wo hwe pictures no a abehunu se rubber no kura no eda oil no ma it doesn't dissolve enti ubusa won say how does it affect anwa no to be ka tie ni yo yenka se undissolve nti ana eno na ode o se rubber no residue kakra behunu wo plantain chips no enti ni nyina no ubusa ho se adenti na ewo se ebasa yengusu na yenhwe said the normal siko because omo no argument nyina ne say say o sha do be nwura ne say narrative no ko wie say afei na asikafuo bi madam for Mrs. for papa bi o ma hunu say sika wo plantain chips no eno ma high nkrofo me ya chima wo mo eno wo mo natimi nya partnership relationship with shopping malls ahodo ne petrol stations eno mo supply edeko inti dia car ne say o mo de ko no o mbesa bom rantie ne maba wani bi pa ama ya this asem na tum dia the rubber tum ya the say ya the rubber tum because I doubt whether say obi etnase na ohunu say obi chi plantain chips na rubber dem obehwe de din enka nkyere plosive wo kra me emeche no so no na yetimi de kwato to social media time hwese ya chi bi wa ha hwese ya chi bi wa ha say ya and say these are some of the issues eba up say ama maba wa no singre modafo no omo gina kwan ho na wo mo achi wo made nkakrakra wo mo ton no ese ye wipe omo out of business ubetimi I was up on 050-600-0909 so and na Facebook live so ubewunu abrafrema bankro or the two separate cooking frying pans ahodo and or the ato there's one fry pan your friend is saying yeah, there's one fry pan or more ye the rubber atum uhunu de exactly rubber no yes anko na abna enti na odo se wabro ni wada roma na wo my personal experience enti abna yetie ye busasa o personal observation anything
and then the Ubashari Ayana, I know I'm going to go more if we say anything. But I'm going to a match of 3 and 1, so now I'm going to go. That's how I'm going to say it. I'm going to.
It is yet the more kind dear. Nature said, dear, dear young for Robert. Nyabute and your chips kakra dia mo awinti na wo ye categorical statements to boas ne muso asem 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 uhunu notice and then you can say nya wi kakra na ma wi kakra ntina mu dia dance kunu mu dia to boas ne muso asem na yi anoman odo se wabro ni to boas ne muso asem odo se wabro ni odo se wabro ni mamini na nama NKZ enkasa ama NKZ
yes ADAKABRI
ama NKZ wada room ja wudum sa me hwe pa ntinu anya chips kakra na bawi ntina wobekwa akodi adanse kunu mu ama manim agu ase the person o catch ne say first wo observation abra wo observe wo plantain chips egu oil mu a rubber bi anem any plantain chips egu oil mu a rubber bi dem o personal observation na ama NKZ mientie
yo ADAKABRI meda was na fe made machete phone na me say wo mo be chance na me wa ha say machete di na ejabienu ba ko wo mo di rubber mo di kan na ne rubber na rubber wo mo use die no rubber ya force for say wo mo force egu mu na wo di kan wo di rubber no etu mu ama rubber ne na ne ansa na wo be chicha plantain egu mu and I wanted to be no dia what the plantain chips plantain and I have one about there no what more and also at one thing. The end of the big and ADAKABRI me we and say asasia no crack and so see be any me no nim say a beam pa na shia and so see be any me no nim say say na me bi me ho ne say me amakwa yi obi a me nim we me ko to me dey hu see o me no nim say we hear the rubber we hear the rubber anymore. Now, a courier body and as a plantain ever do you know. The me who say the rubber or body rubber ni two mono. After if I'm a part to I will who said and the man fit be a woman and no extra was some paroba a woman. I'm with you know, and fit I may pay here. I say, two from it, but some so extra say me worry. Now, Ubumwa, ADAKABRI who said, I say, a woman fit be a yetiapa admin and the and only idea me who I mean, one more channel, and so tell me who will be a minute. They won't say at the pass, a will you, the wish you, and so see be an intim. They will inform us to Kakana said, and one as a farmer found one who sampa, and so see a woman. The robber need them no, and who I am fit a rob and a mark at the one. It's say, robber.
Etiakeno. Aye, ama NKZ. Anwanua a car where chileno. The other robber demo ya de chiano. Anwano a color at the same. Anwano volume at the same. And a the other robber nemono. Ya chiwi ya the color to say. Na volume no so to say.
Yo, ADAKABRI. Me jina ha sisi a meni etia eya nwani muna. Eninu edum anwane bi ayesu kaka. Na say dia rubber end them no. Who say and also even though say enkoye se na etie fiti asase no mo. Nanso no enu ani eye kama kaka. Rubber no anane ama nwana ye pika dia na rubber ni dem de anwane ni aye pika. Anwaneli ayepika wumwa wumute anwano ase bibi wom
Tese anwanu a aka chire no ase de bibi wom
no anwana ayepika bi anwano ayepika wuwu ya se anwade nka wo de ti ade ba ku bi se ni anwade tie no ADAKABRI se womuza edisi wompo a sisi a wo edum za wo ba ko ase na wo sha anwade bi a I say, you can't say, I say, petrol, once a petrol, and you pick a car, a time and one cassa. Nobody them sama in here, but then other one, any echo swada. Then say, dear, can you say Nino and quiet and a native? I dear what they are tear to be me and Numian son. To see a woman, no. And so far, dear, be there, defense. ADAKABRI robber. And one of the robber 2 more. Yeah, not to see a part of them. It's an idea. Every are not taking to put a wow. Not since a part, dear. The amount so far, it says, say the robber at Sia. ADAKABRI say, a better the amount sampa because you want to see what we actually do, or when the car to be after Eddie Frimu. After the food for a boom, who from with your goon. And look at the affair, the near a bastard crash, yeah, a dick kind of.
It not just said, dear, almost Eddie, a year robber 2 no. Over the period of the net, and one more editoriety.
Yes. One any.
When in fact people want us to believe, we say, and no dear, what the robber the 2 more. Ma and one and santem name Emma by plantain chips no and I said by a body I no a mania crispy. Can you test the crispiness of a enemy and for us?
ADAKABRI crispiness lady and because say baby I'm in to see you know we share their our their a robber next year no I will na Nakapa dia enu bonfa de Kenya crispy sa adia baby a robber no ewo no baby a robber no wo no e na ne wu mu a e ho na ye tintintin a wonti mi fa wonsa eniembu ya ka de crispiness ne pa dia ADAKABRI dia ye de robber ne tie no enu enye den ne mo ndi obutte ne sa robber nka wo no enu kra ye crispy explain the any robber national. Baby, a train a bay at Dindia minimum. No more no any junior. Aha.
Internet just as some year can you know.
But you say I go no.
Fabi to a nimuna a dear Robert Nemunua, a year grow no, and I'm an crazy. Fatu and Mammy, just a bebo amiatia.
Oh, mammy, wait there. na bomodin ayene sa
Abonmode yen sama.
ayene sa aha enti se wo betia papa aye dia ya te wei se tie po betia ya me ba be aye dia rubber eni ho no enti enu na me di sebe no mi se me microphone be fa ni here anu ana mi bo mu titie wo se
Na araba na wudi dia wabie wanu ma obi ate se bibi because wanu mu.
Alakaba na so say plantation so ya di bia ko so aye kama. Mo adakaba me ye ka me ka wo ma na wo mu ti say ampa ye the Robert Tungu. Ne mo di plantation association for ababe kan bo mu aye wa hai. In fact at this point e be yet in 78 yeah, the plant rubber plantain chips. Emani ye Christian na say. And what cry the rubber ni tu muno. Adakabra me no ka say e no Irish craft Kennedy rubber in the muno. Rubber ni de muno. E no na ngwa no Irish. It's a rubber no crown no man wan do do. Na say dia na rubber in the muno. And one no ever so that baby eta e mo de sit. Nti wo mienu no muno.
Enti na just ye kan no. Yebetimi ama ankrofo abeka hwe a verify authenticate ewo animu ho ana
adakabre utimu se emei baye wo mo asada abo mo ye pa lo mo baye plantations no wo mo se dodo mo nye nyaye wo mo pese wo mo ti wo mo pese ebeye se baako no ate baako a wedanti enti wo mo se wo mo tia kopi mo se ni abesa kopi sa nwane be redie enu nti se wo ha wa mo be be ni na se wo pese odi wani be hu a wo ba wo ma ti bebre a wo be je bi are enti se tie po tie no wo mo be ben a wo mo be ti mi aba coin down wo mo ba dia ni tina ha se be be tie for coin ama wo mo ankasa aka mienu na se na adakabra wo mo ba anka be bo apa because se wo be hu dia ye di rubber na tia adakabra nya wa kono se wo bere
cha
enya wa kono ate pepepe nemo enya wa kono
adenti
ena enya se wo mudi kan siesie de bai ahaya body ani kra wo mo a anwa mienu no wo mo asensie kumu ate wo ho enya se wo mo ayi no waka se wo siesie baako e de aba eno nti ente de wo ho eno no
na anwa no de e de rubber tool mu no madaroma ye be keep a sample of the rubber demo no and a sample of the rubber ye wia ya package e de akoma standards authority so omun test components no the anwano properties ewa anwanum ni yenhwe se rubber no enye biodegradable to the bio rubber to over 20 years ko rubber no beda hu asase musa betun da osa na we ni de to anwamu no etimi degrade ana na standards authority for no more the scientific analysis on betimi abeka de a kire yen etimu nkipu akotoa baako na what the rubber demo no ni nkipu akotoa baako na ye the rubber nemu no na yentimi enhwe enko stress standards authority for na omuntimi testing famayen na fe muni leaders ni nsia ebi nchi na muni leaders ni nsia so emra soro na for moment na ha sei na omu round up abna frema da roma na mumfa bi so mra dem ha sei yo na da kwabre no mempe de mudi rubber to mu no amumfa mra sesia ama nkezi e de wase pa right enti Benjamin Nisari and also afa I told you they definitely want to destroy their business. Good afternoon afa and Mekacha say you may be right Benji not say is it possible say ne Mrs. for no a omukunu no mu disika betoto mpaase a yenhunu de disika ne ye no ena o mahunu se emfasodie bi wo chips ni chiemu ena o ma sha ase a wo mo afa nkrofo se ye nchema wo mo na o mo de o matimi abuild marketing strategies o mo de call various shopping malls they call various petrol stations etimi supply airlines etimi de bi kwa brochire mi ekokoton ena akoba se market share no a maba we ye wo mo gina intercessions ahodo no omo market share no yes abaji di from sem ana enti si amfa bi mra na obi a wo be ha kakra no so betimi aba na wankasa so no wa be independent assessment na wa authenticate ya be ma the opportunity so am what me comment on that. Yemye phone line kakra na so far the mohunu no na yenhwe say sign na mobesi ese agye no na yansa emra edem na yemra meka ho asem nti asem eda ho no no eye say ene ye maba wa wo mo chi plantain chips no atimi aba say ma practically ye the camera esi wo mo so ama the camera si wo mo so no wo mo ache ebi wa say na wo mo so ja mienu ana wo de eye pan mienu ana fry pan mienu ana ye de rubber to ba kum ana ba ko yamfa rubber antumu ana wo mo twitwa plantain chips no no ana yama independent persons aye ama nkz aye odo se wa odo se wa broni odo se wa broni utimi combine edim mienu aye contestable say there odo se wa broni ana afi nsoso aye tundra suku bi so but tundra chooses not to make any comment obey any comment later their mind ana abnamwe ensoso ewo ho and so tomugu so che anim ho no no ya ne se mfa de nsuo no obetimi aba na won soso waba be ka bi ahwe wo ka bi hwe a wo comment no ma yintimi enhwe Kofi Plantain or say on Facebook Live or say uncle the woman you send does not know how to cook herself because if she is not good the women will at master G Dedi Aziavo Koji or say thank God that is not true. Plantain chips wahala. Kwam Safo on Facebook Live. I think plantain chip sellers should sue the radio presenter for defamation. In 1998, a Texas cattleman sued Oprah Winfrey $10 million for defaming beef. We know that the only year say ya two didn't say warmer echi adie ewo anyan kwanta. In communicating, we do not label and say warmer chi ewo circle and now warmer chi ewo su and now warmer chi ewo dome and now warmer chi ewo igbawe and now warmer chi wo wage I say. We rather talk about the generality of it or say warmer chi and yes say na ekoso and na yes so ya attempt to say yes so ya be amay who say yen testing hwe because yen nyi bibia ntum hook line and sinker into yen testing hwe it be a bibi to chuma the fact that your boy locality being say our community way because we become a brand to be true a very beautiful article say baby be so e be twam me can say udu bechemu kwanta I say be fo ko meeting se kosua na wo ho nyina say yo say edin bechem so other than that bechem is a very nice town now udu intersectional or turning left at the akobro sankro any tepa na nei udu wadum kwa kakra nyina ho yanton hwe kura ho biem eso ya shede purpose built ayo sa asem no bi kokoko so a iti ya na yase hwe Kofi Luma was thank you for the great work you are doing for plantain sellers Kofi Plantain so na eka say also my suggestion we want them to have TikTok pages every plantain seller and be loading their videos there from beginning to the end any batch they try so that when we want to buy we can go watch their videos. We are not free man or something. We are be a communications consultant to them. Now you say bet me on your pages, sir. You bet me upload. Will be chips be a watch ya cotton from beginning to the end. You know now processing in that now so obi a desirous so be cotton chips nibia. Bet me I redirected that person to the page and says go have a look at my page and then see what I'm doing. Also what is FDA doing? Nukreni me da me catch FDA for mo kan so mo bebe eso de me na me nti wo mo nkan but wo mo so na under the act no wo mo na yo madwuma Stephen Papa K or say wafa you know me I always stand for the truth. The fact of the matter is that Abnamwe and Ama NKZ reported well but they say well or say wa broni lady took bribe she wants Tundra Mr. Abrami ni nkomo kakra why na yenhwe said the see echo as a first step mamu show nanim because me person me protect no me nua kuma na yire no enti no mamu fa nanim ma me Tundra what's your general impression so what's happening
unim the echo so no me die Me wa 50-50 mame.
50-50 man.
Because lady B age na see a hobby. Na asema ono de all can say. Ebinom ediye.
Ebinom oka team no ma ba bio. But she is of the belief say ebinom
ediye. Na adakabre many sound sa asem we say. What say ye eyene?
Bear 8-10 years granny.
Yes.
And yet plantain chips so
yes. Na me wa university ne kra na me say eno kwa de na mo say calico. A year say o pese o cushion say obi auto TV ade white na aya ehihye mu no. Yes e no bi. E na na mo de tum. Enti e asem a abade dada. Na me gidi say enye in the right of yen as timamufo no. And as I say, you come make sure say, ebia omo ya na so omo nye. Nemum anka samre na asem ni si ye no. Anka there could be a way FDA betimi a regulate sa nkrofo na omo chichine nya because me nim say omo lord most of them no omo what say baby a ye chi no. Enye omo so ane nyina na chi. Omo kofa ewo baby no ma beton enti all those points na omo yesa enema ni na anka megidi say samre na asem ni si ye no anka it's in the way of FDA sen kombe den omo be hwe sesi aba yaka obo say ye be kan this week yaka na ewie na koda
ye ni na ohwe
na na ya start ye ebedi ni sa
abedi akwaka brodo fo so de
you see it keeps coming and coming and coming so we should find ways. I mean it's not about whether they do it or they don't do it.
It's about ensuring they
are being protected. And that is the job of the FDA. And to say no more I made a minimum style on bit me I be regulating but me who minimum say first no be at me the bibia beton radio na yet me advert more bia and so say why adverts any approved by the FDA especially adia ye di
alcoholic
and I say ye ko ye numa and I said ye body ho na FDA approve you want me fan to radio so biem so first sir
but the idea we so call no adentina as yet FDA issue statement.
I am just actually very, very shocked
because I made contact with them last Monday.
Yes, I was here. I think about 2-3 weeks ago. It says the FDA first that say almost close if Indian Tony so if they are able to do this, I think they should be able to do that. And see, maybe bet me a calling on them now. What you almost say, yeah, show my name because it's becoming unbecoming.
But the choice is yours.
The choice is yours.
And you don't watching it. And to be more interested in where you buy your food, how it is prepared, and how you consume it.
ADAKABRI, I have a video right now, okay? A foreigner, I don't know which country he's coming from. He's a food blogger. So there is this video that he was on the street. I do not know. Say a Ghana, say a Nigeria, but the settings, looks Ghanaian. Na omo chenam, na enam na omo chenam. Rubber, bottle of a dem and omo because why? It makes the fish crispy.
That's what
and
it
this
suggests.
Is a documentary. They were not aware. They thought say obronia better idea or try video. So say fire but he documented it. He said, well, almost the rubber can and omo but then it makes it crispy. So
what? Rubber na because rubber you did to assassia empro and biodegradable. So
you
didn't run your day.
Ain't your campus say, and say you taught Adrian she
and now you rub them.
Ain't it a campus sometimes? I mean, me, my chances are the minja cocoa eye toa, you do rubber and yet. Adriana yet in a share you do rubber and yet who come microwave.
Was a bit me in your reaction be
exactly. Who come microwave idea crana say a rubber my say we now the good chance maybe a
no more a year where beer and no
microwave safe. Now they are two now they are what they are shame now and they are best. And ye jiddy say a show and I say bibi she can't rubber. And
yeah, reaction be baba.
Yes, it's not a real.
So we do not know yes, people a bottle of deɛ ne rubber dem no a bottle of anwa ne rubber dem a bottle of anwa ne rubber nem na yenko na bi anhwɛ sɛ bia standards authority don bɛboa yɛn a na at least no mo test me hu sɛ ɛyɛ residual particles bi wɔ mu ana.
So people use it. In fact, when you no pay ya down for be no what has say. O can say oh no dey o chi ofie kra o the rubber too. Because lady be na train say e man ya crispy ampa na ni je ho pan no ya e fine e si ho sa che.
But do you accept a narrative no so say esikafo bi na aha nkrofo epes ye take sa single mother for off the streets ana.
Na menjin this say etisa but e betimi abasa say e sample let's use it as a way to help yanya yenim say ye no. Say yes, sacra. On what she say, and yes, I know no. But me did say, body bidding a home shame. Na say, oh yeah, then, or bois, and my yet me regulator, we will feel safe to what? Eat those things. And see, send your canoe, and you na, and it say, will be agenda, and I say, baby, but me, them, me did say, almost say, antissa, young pet, authorities no yet. For food and all those things, no more regulate.
For food safety wise,
yes.
Because Kofi Appenting was say, "What ADAKABRI? How can you say the choice is ours? We need protection, please, as citizens from government agencies, because we use Ghana money." Kofi, the entire say the choice is yours. And say you have a choice to eat what you want to eat. It men rely so much. It's a government agency. Be what if the government agency is failing? Now was it because government agency na anya na adwuma me de eti adie bia wo de hye wanu mu no
so who can say the choice is ours so me ne bra na ya adwe who can say the choice is ours so me de me chi mu fine no minim say oh sister yi ache brother wo ton oh on de onya me bone but e bia na obi susu ache ne se ne se so oche na me de me chi mu fine no me choice ne makoto.
But you are not obliged to
I'm not obliged. So what if now that we've heard that this now we all decide we want now what happens to them
until Monday? When the last time I'm a plantain chief be come ano.
Enyo nkwa enyo wo. Wo dey say we papa penny.
No. What I'm trying to say is say we should not have that somewhat lazy approach say may rely on government agency One kasano be mindful
How
of
will
idea
you be
when they show anum.
How will you be mindful?
You are mindful on the basis say ensuompo me what the sachet water mama me no. Me nka say yo.
Dabi.
But me wa adwene bi say ebi kura na wonim ba ebi kura ye kotu ya ye different here.
Na ADAKABRI
Ensuo de what bottle mo say aya me nua Dr. Fosa Ponso ye special eyes. Me dofo me madwene ni say measure the pH level.
Yes.
On ensuo no, and there's a reason being tianaminom rather ensuo be on the basis of not the pH level no me share and I said no you higher because pH level 5.5 is okay.
Yes.
Up to 8 is more like you are there. I want to another type of ensuo be a revenue didn't come with the friend or would be sir
still water
no alkaline water
alkaline yes
alkaline water obi wadaje ebeto alkaline water because pH level no high ne buade no ni sika no de ka ne ensuo omo ye ensuo adwuma beka cho say no pensuo kura to awunya bi nto enti it should be say dwene ho hwe yasensa bi de famude na nipa dasani afansa famude na yaka kire ne say we de wonnom kakra bi kura no a wo be woro ho nyina o na ono aso obenom a was miming you should be particular about what enters your mouth. Dear Drew said the what the idea ya poison to a number drone to mean protect.
Nana plantain chips na your tongue quite you enlist the ingredients. You enlist what is in there. It is not even labeled.
Legislative instrument on labeling.
But
I know that government agency has been lax.
But it's not like so. How am I careful? So sister wait there, sister wait there, because me come in baby
at all material times,
you don't have the right things are not written behind it. Watch out
the label. No, I was saying to me, can't idea the chair.
Oh, of FDA. And no, yeah, say, as I say, almost normal mammo.
My dear, Not just said the rubber the enemy woman. And now we are presented in the studio with the rubber the echi yenibino. Now we know say rubber no sticky. It not just any pakron were added responsibility say obey ye rubber no as sticky no obey ye and free.
Sticky adie no.
This is the rubber bit. So and son just was taking time. Now what's I can tell the rubber in your free home. So no. And you know, moon level with my meal, no, the rubber chain and the emperor rubber. I did a crema movie in a month as a monomaque back. And I thank you so much for your independent thought. Why? As a Siano, moon level with my a year 2 bottles. No, ye will not dear yet. Once I great a day and one goon and one air shilling to know. Once a bottle nachatia. It's moon level, am I near one the day? Robert Tomb, I did the upper Robert Tomb. Young concourse food and young cost standards authority. Now, or more intimate and testing for my because food safety. Young, we should tell. Say, nay, na, your friend say, Mimindako, me, I'm a dofo precope, Minia banner, Mimi want to sing. And now, a food and drugs authority. That I'm almost a food and drugs board. The food and drugs board first. Nana Kuyaku Sapon Penso as health minister, na minister of health, I say, and son on baby board, acting as set a board, no, so mon share Driane, no mon share cosmetics, no mon share in Ru, and when some, now or more a year, troubles bimu, our ministries, and sana echo the name that a mere minia, the late Ejakon, Obesomu, Vanessa, Quamina Vanessa, and Quamina, Nehoya dear, so. Kwamina Vanessa Muna Jaconum, Ombebe ya, and I feel there a Yeminia, a numpe doctor, Opuni Frimpong, a Dr. Stephen Opuni, as to baby Somu, and son on also the call Yana, Dr. Puniachin to Mimidako, a baby Somu. Now, a chief executive, and I'm sorry to say that Udino does not come. Muntari crashes to be so much a point. A Bawa Muntari, Nukuno, also be so much a point. Current chief executive, I am sorry I'm unable to say your name, but at least James Latte, my name is James Dahowa, but PR section, Mensa Mahama, or I still have Mahama's number. It's Monshe na Mumwa, but then young society radio, so it is not for us to say, we were ye, we were ye. We will say, enough of the lamentation, Casatentino. And top on call and yashing from way, but the DNA bit me, we're watching her, and that's a cotton shop. I afford any beer. Young Chino, so I was saying, and Kuko says, a crown benny, a befasua. I was a young sweet me bois, enough of the lamentation. Name Bibinka crank a bit me as take. Mo free wage ya mo ba Ukraine. Sa mo kakra no kra mo ka bom. Na ye wo mu data. Na ye betimi aboa mo a abra free me. Me na me soma no a obekọ. Na wo ye mo communications consultant to ensure say baby a mo chichi ni nyina no yetimi wo data wa bie TikTok account amamo, wo bie IG account de amamo. Enen krofo bebre di dwa e de fa side honom. So no na mo ankasa no mo improve that sector because nipa ni bi wa adwene bi say esikafuo no na de omo na ya mesesefo no a wo mkro no di sika begum paase a ye hunu de sika de yesu yetirimu di ntinti no ya ma ahiafo bi ento aduane nie no sa sikafuo yire no na ahyase han ye fense mo maba wa ye bi tabra be chimame na wono no de sika abobọ ho na ono de nikunu ye ogboro enti kro yetimi de ko supermarket yetimi de ko play mu yetimi de ko abrochire yetimi de ko mo akra mo gina ha akra mo na mo ye mo ho ba akokura fram mu a ya bebo mamane ya kan sesia ogina mo se ai ebi ye de aso no di machi na ne mo ba ha enti mo amu ye mo ho abaifo na mo ha mo amu so ogina mo aso ye statement am yetimi de beto dwa ka kire me se ade na 50-50 ko wie se obi kura ka mo ho gina ha sesia se ebi ye enti mo nhwe na mo nhwe mo ho yie so no na bekom no ye redirect market ema mo market share no a ewo ka akwan mu no ye redirect am se mo obi anto ka akwan mu obi ankonkoto ewo supermarket obi ankonkoto ewo mall obi ankonkoto wo petrol station obi anhwe se obi chibi ma men ye dan men ni wo to akoma obi kura wa brochira men to de wo kwan mu asei na de wo kwan mu asei kura de sabi ko obu ni nsa kura owi osade tutotutom okwa sabi okwa ba bi so kura osade enti no ma bebre ye used to enya plantain chips nko a asem we se me te ye kwatwa mu mfie du kura so etimi say until say mudi bi ba ha na no dwada be de kama no na be over 10 years ko bi nkama no da because I couldn't be say wo mitiri mu say na nkrofo we ba bi adam de na me de tia mu an say banchi body ebu a ne bu ano a body akwa ne bu ano a so enti mo ma me nka bi hwe na hwe abena mo nyina mo mra kamera mo ne yanka bi hwe we am marry no can you imagine
so wasisi
we na I did no rob anymore and I kama sa no and we na rob mu na say the rubber no kura wo hu no ese no aye dark kakra the rubber bi no atete yo abla be tira camera no abla rubber no atete an ka excuse me mama me kakra wa na me need you abe na ye wo fufuo amma kwa kudi fufuo mama me kakra the rubber dey no factory camera no abla mo nso na camera no tutu mama na me mama me kakra
jatu
neka de said mama me kakra endi ninya no say e bibi kwa na enya ya pese ye de ye because mon kwa tena fie a nka samo kwa akọbọ tutu for so no mbako so tutu for kwa no omonyemo so no omonyemo it is adwuma we ya na mo beye because chips no wo de eye enkatia kakra ka ho a eye aduane mu a so body so properties e wo body mu no eye properties e wan katia mu no eye
ye twa ne macaroni ni se ne nkatia ye de
sa ye twa bibi macaroni won
plantain ye tia ne ntiantia
twa ne ntiantia sa no so because I never yire nyina no ugo supermarket a ye ton ba yire ho
ene farm reckon so e de pa
ene farm ko so de
o de dia wo wi ma mo nto farm milk mbe boso
hey
kan do fufuo ni kran kan na wuni
sa
why
check the farm milk no dia because me nim say
farm nice
dia friend fine ice no okay enti ya down ebi nie enti ye nyina ya nya de ye don ubiri do bi hu a enipa hu a nyankopon de wo hu enti mum ye mfa no korɛ enya emfa so mi hunu mfa so bia obenya se wo de rubber chi amfa so obenya ne wan fa rubber chi amfa so obenya nya fe ne de ye bre ane ya ho odin ebe de achinyi so obi si ye de rubber ye enti no wa gya kasa tentene ne akasa na mo yan resolve say ye be ye what is right for public safety am my post what the make no so say such a waste time bebre ko yi ano say obi si say go me videos bebrebe efiti nura ye de abrame de ye de koma wa hini ni nyina wa forward ni nyina de abrame wa ba basi agina bontene so chi na rubber ni dem and I'm asking myself it is a obi koto pass obi chi na rubber dem a anya so beto kom papa na ni so
yenti so bia
public pass obi gina ho na tumi ko hu say obi na chi amakoto awie no the rubber to ma ugo ka cheta no police kwa ke meche no
ofa yenti so obi akwo ho da asem na e ba yenti se obi nam wakoto so obi de rubber echi e na oni nipa kro na akoda no
so be ba be argue wo ho say ye no correct
daddy
Monday
me ba be ka asem bi say eniam e koso nyina no settings kan ho if you say mitie audio bi na me hu nipa me de me phone no akita no anka me je phone ama me bo audio ni kira o te sadia me ma wo we na na asema lady ne kan no wa frɛ Kumasi station na me dem wa we ma pacho daddy de o wona ni ma mo vili
oyini ni no oya me wa fa
na juma no oye
oni de oya communicator ni de wo mu an say ope public good and ohwehwe and the stuff utra ha na me makwan e ma se de nsimhunu bi e obi keka de kire no no enye fe ntuzi ye kanya me twema adwuna frisa man yen wasi a time any obi nye argument say ye mfa rubber na eche ni nyina say we are telling the public say ye de ye mfa rubber nche ye de ne pap genuine It will pap genuine wager, ugo wager, ubenya genuine one at all. And I make him a boy. Mummy and Kata.
Say, Lady B, I'm it no Andra. Now or your video in there, a pushy man if I know the TikTok. Now I say, since you and me work as well, but I'm not frightened me day after my life. Did mama miss can make one hand dying for free?
Ah, let me video be na ese you didn't number crowd through say me video be wa me ha. I ya na me person repeat it. So now me them say, hey, now why threaten yourself na what na?
Oh, say daddy, Monday me ba me no can send be ka kire wo say. Ni ma bi wo no mo ya wo. We ya de ani na hwe wo. Ya de ani ana de hwe wo. Where your rubber one? A difference, bro. Yeah, the any show because when I was say, what the go for the rubber and our evidence. Let him patch with you. What say? What evidence? What he and my back said that. Me patch me to me my nipa 2 or 3. Ah, the rubber chia. Said the American. A quarter. I need to come out with my evidence.
You alleges.
That is it. The bonus I was about. Abeka say.
And nam to me can't look into no. Yeah.
They are after my life. Into mom woman I'm behind. Sa same way. As some way saying. I said they will catch me about 6 to 7 years. Damn, but you're the major at my I said, dear, almost person almost almost chiripo. Almost to 2 no man who no more baby say plantain chips for say. Abua bay nekita yen. Oma ya danko da de. If he say, must say the rubber tomb. And so na me tie the same station omodi we ni buy. Must say the rubber no etum. Afa kura de omo say omo anka say the rubber tomb. Na mom ye the rubber sa. Daddy, adie nani. Se ba ko betu mirika kwase ye hwa ba. Ye wade bi e de sa.
De no ho ha.
On famara.
Now the rubber, why the rubber basket?
Ya wade bi a ye de sa. Em say man de no kire say. Whenever you are talking, I say wunya point. You can't talk without a point. Ya wade a ye de sa. Sa de na ye de sa no. On fa dade e mo dade e so. E say wo de dade na sa wo se wi a. E say wunya baskets. Na wo de gum se de ba ya. Anwan be drain. Na wo wi a wo hwe gu robanim. Se de ba ya ano enjo. Nti me no ka se won se de wo we no. Ye hwe gu roba mu nti ano nyo. Still like crunchy and crispy.
Hey, so to be be crunchy and crispy.
Yes, I'm a fan of hammer.
Aye. It is a shiny at crunchy and crispy. Because what you
Nti won ye de go roba ni ma. It is not meant to say ye ba be mo bi ayare. Asade bi aye no Ghana wo ye chiri ye nkoso. O my we wo koso a na ye twe wo san. Ghana akoye se busua boni mutena. O my Ghana ye akoye te se busua boni mutena. Se wurade amwawa e den pass obetumpom. If se wo from be twe wasan. Die nti na me ka say.
Senti au kasa.
That my plantain 50 pesos in 1 city. That what Romos. Plantain just near 20 pesos in 50 pesos. What at SMB?
There's no be an who
About 50 pesos 1 city. What in 1 sem? About 2 city, 3 city pen almost started here. I bet do 5 cities 2013 almost started some more cheniyama. Omo cansem. Omo mixe. Omo pensemu. Ana eno to me anya Daddy, me phone no problem. Sure said me nyade me hu a ka me ma video. Ya fa workers go factory one man. Workers bebre na eye adwuma eye plantain no adwuma. Omo interview lady ba ko aka so plantain there. I started back out from January 2026. Daddy ti. Daddy, we
na mo de sano.
Ani e de sa. Sa de we.
Oh, okay. Nesa no kanya Ghana han no.
We.
China for na ye de abremo. Do the son that said atimi adreni
what the sa what the way best sa na de go basket nim etu de go basket nim a enam say basket ni kuta holes wo munti no anwan be dreni afam say the be anwan entumi ngina plantain ho because plantain sangwa gina ho na echa enka bebem ebeyi nka by say our basket nim a dreni na afa anwan afrim ansa na wo de agupan mama najo ansa na de be go rubber ni
a process and I just say obi asua odidi ho no
sa
and nipa dasani so be say no
sa
okay now yeah the anwan ya fai no answer me direct production assistant no na ntwebo ase akona ya pa obi ho standard authority na yeah the akwa ma wo mo it is anwan we say no abrafrema ma we na rubber woman no yenhwe se de be se esitie the rubber woman no ye befa na ye de akwa food and drugs or I friends standard authority na o matimi ahwe na ye de rubber bi aso ni mo no na o ma test so na ye hunu asem into a processor the ntiam se abna frema emwa mo no as a communication consultant no say wage afo no mumudini mu ne de ko test ya nwa no de rubber to mo no na ye tie resource a o mo de be mayen na motimi aka se mo nye bibi sei na de mo ye nso so a na rubber so dem no ye hunu because ye nya scientific proof bia eno anse ye ka se ye de anwa pe no bia ye de rubber pe no bia ye ma se no so hunu do phantom no kwa na akwa ohaw e de aba nti aha ene be sie ni amamo next 5 minutes no adien na mudi ebeja yen
yo da ya da se
na mo kwade mo wi bi mo yi bi wi na ayewu an nya ya obi awi bi mi obi awi bi obi awi e da bi mo nya mo mi nyina ya wi abana me boa obi anyi bi wi aha obi awi bi ye nyina ya buru pepepe jon Raymond Goodwill and Odiba say wafa. My question is that how come it remains same after weeks, and if the same plantain fried for home use, the next day or two, the taste changes and the size of the fried plantain reduces, shrinks. I love the ripened one, but since the issues, I've stopped buying them. And Maseka Sanchez also say, but the ladies in the studio may be innocent, but they can never convince some of us that none of them don't apply chemical at all. Because we all fry yam and plantain in various rooms and don't look so yellow like the way their own looks. I am able to put my credibility on the line, say, and I'm a man, you're home, and my cameras almost are beginning now to the end. Now, doubting Thomas is a form. Yin to me, and Papa and Shamadunum. They also be doubt to and I be doubt to. And Mr. said the choice is yours. Me satisfied with satisfied with the Omachiano. And I marry. I want you to be grand frank my bush and Henry. So because and the woman said you protected livelihoods. And no one you castle enough of the lamentations. Now you move into solutions. You go upo wumpo plantain chips no, and no so duania eboa. You go back body no from September. Itimi ba bebre no you to go near the bikwa akwa yem potom any agbeleka clonia de no. Ni nyina no yetimi de ye bibia. Na se yetimi de ye chips near ko. And a woman so some kid Europe in Everton, dollar bin Everton, commission Kafata woman. And yes, we are doubting Thomas. We can't do anything. And to the crown of culture, we fly yams. We are then our fly yams. You fly, you don't fly. So I will so yamu. And so I got to watch this animal. So we fly yams. So I didn't DJ.
I'm Bacho, Medasi.
As I'm to be a review, I won't be mammy. I must have my money in me.
Dampa so ya dase. Em sa dana ya bae no. You can see a boy and one on your rosa. And then, yeah, by Wager, Achimota. I was she. Washerman.
Hey,
Banyard.
that's a zone.
Odoko. Sakaman. Shiashi. First Light. McCarthy Hills. Joulu. Malam Junction. Wager Junction. SCC. Anato Boots.
Hey,
La Paz.
La Paz. You knew your crowd. Almost more a Liberia camp.
Abudumbura mo.
Go Mike.
Go Mike no. Liberia camp fo nyina.
Liberia camp.
Omo nyina so baby.
Omo nyina baby. Eti
Breku.
Nana Big Apple. Eti enfa said the whole Accra ya na ya Plantain chips nyina ye nyina ya ba. Traffic mu fo nyina ya ba.
Mo nyina mo nka mo mum.
Ye nyina na ye ka ba mu ba wa ye ba ye.
Baby. Oto mo nyina.
Eti mestre say ye na ye ton de Plantain chips fo nyina na ya ka ba mu ayaba no. De wa ma bi no wante. Time na e di bedru ha. Obi kra san na mkwan so a.
Yeah, sula.
O mate o mo ba.
You see the rubber next year.
Eti ye na ye ton Plantain chips. Ye nyina Plantain chips fo nyina na ya kan ye ho abomba akon aye ba. Ebi kra na mkwan so o mo fresh.
Eti mun keep data no. Dia me metimi aye de aboa mo na maka che Abran Frema. Abe mo communications consultant.
Okay.
Na watimi anya eye videos of said the musi yam no ma. So obey ye stories amamo. Obey sisi ana young country the Ghanaian consuming public and say we are different Ghanaians engage in lawful ethical business.
Thank you.
Some person who protect public health into no more more yard papa obi say ono abopa so obey you free streets no so mamuntime nton ade we bi na young country obi aso onko mall and aso onko supermarket and now onko petrol station almost nguso nyo omadwuma na monto mba omadwuma say ye na say mamo ye nyobi kura pebi so pa brochire kura ye be link di amamo na mo export bi fanko brochire fanko manko
ye di ko na wo customer me di na ko di ko Germany
you see
mama Jena or McCarthy hospital nechi obeji ko Germany ko chi wo fie e na mano me chi na ni sister no wo Germany ni ye video call live no Omo beje ko essence we ne ba ye nti from Xmas ni nyina on friend po so Plantain chips
obi so ma me chi o ma ya che garake de akekadro de e na ye wie ye san che ye de ni nyina akekadro je na ni we ye de fra ba ko na ye che ye e na me ya me san package o mo de ko nti o ma ya chi ni different bia na ni flavor wo nyaye
o chi wo fia edi be nansa na ayemre
ebi on kra ni yie
to bo atma me musa na semma no ozi adenti na wochi ofia edi be na nsa na ese asesa kola no asesa na pe nsusu no ozi ne size nsusu no na amoa ozi adenti na etesa
me pa chama menyi no ano
yin men
ochi wie na bia wankipu ni ye ochi wie a na se anwani free we so odigu robem na ogbo ne po se wanye ne saa enframa koma ebeye tufu
oh the process no
e process na
plantain process no
yeah ana dada plantain adwuma no so oye kwadwofo a untimi nye obi oye lazy bia antimi nye na obo onso a e depend se kan na odi twa bi mu yusu se kan bi mu su greater obie mu kese a na twa kakraka esiwa no bedwo but ese upe obi a wachi bi na obi sanse menua oye ne den ne ode ne yesi obo mo fiti no akofa ejare
technique
wakofa ejare sekan na ode atwa enti wochi a ebeye saa ebeye tofotofoto
greater na ka GRAT inyesa
ne ba cho bi kra ni
abasa din no nyi obi a nenim ade kro saa de we say no so de we ni ya jene pete ye great
when so etimitwa opese twa light a ube mia wo de seka ne befa ha sei
ye fa so ye no
ube ye ni se na aka mi opese o ye mu kese so no so de befa ni sei
aya said I specialize
I just obi a o che Plantain chips
na oni ayama
uti fie na ni sa de ni bia untime
nche
ebi mu kra ma ye toma omo
ebi kra ma ye toma omo
na omo yusu ofie
enti hwe we say no pese ubie mu a wo de se kan ne befa ha sei emu be bi o pese esan aka ye keto ade befa na chi se be 3 times etu ba wo se oye ni say ya na mu na ye den aye keto apese mu bia wo de be fa na chi sei
na chi dia na ade fefe na chi sai na we ye
wo de won me pa cha wo de sekan no wo de sekan no betwitwiri ni sei na emu na bi obu onso o chi plantain da o ti se plantain no ye to anase no wo fitin anu akofe jare sekan no no ankasa de waawai se we na betim pam choma menye example kitu abi nkyere mo
na de ye dwabo de for the studios
yo wapantu
so body we say emu ye ko
we
white white no say which is what battery this
ebepa enu ebepa e fita ba wo use apantu
enti se when you apantum na use body de mu ye fita no a edu na nsa pe
epa
na chitapa
etie ni aye che ne de yetumi to no bi de ye white no de be ye kokko e na we na ya apantu
apantum
e kan say apantum we ni de kita ne kalada e bi ne achi ye ya aye fefe
apantum ne de e red sa
e red sa nti u twa no on say we no e twa say nti we u pesa enie on say twa fefe
slice no
enie twa ne fefe enie che plantain
Edonia wonimu ya
wonimu ya na akofe jare sekan ya ebetwa dududu we eni
awunya ya sabele hwe
hwe eni on se etwa fefe
ne de fa na wakume
etwa ne fefe na se wan fa sa niema we ancho plantain chips na se akofe jare sekan ya ebebubu ni pempempenti ebetwa na kakraka eti esra my Ghana say ye na echi plantain chi upese usua chi a ko wonua bi a wachi bi ho pen minua plantain wo ye ne da na wo chi ye na wo de ni ye sei obechiro plantain fo ye trimu nya din enipa bebre afa mi nsam me plantain chips e ba so burger bi ona be chi bi ne afra no kodwobronya etu otro ne plantain wo se Milonia plantain chips e kire ya nsa na sa papa no so sa bebe ye no say the best plantain chips in town na ye use dadie bi no odem ne nua de machine fra brochire ba ya na ye di twa mo ya bonofo etu de tusu say na utwa ne say ya e betwa 1111 eti say nyankopon de ache obi na say opese obesua Brian Chan obi o so plantain bi obekire wo free onye wo hwe efiri wopem na ache na de a obeje eti esra ye nua no oman Ghana say plantain ye mfa bibia enche emema chibi ema chibi awarefo chibi asujafo chibi ti esra mo Samuku plantain adwuma ya maame no mo wo nkurase a sabi
obi antimi ngu no
wo mo do e de bode na bankran ha no o mo be da ya adwuma no
trust issues mumma consuming public na anyimunni no onyiwunni a omfa nkana no obi antimi mfo so ma ne mfa nkana no na mo so ogiwudi a na ye mamu ete no twiro no kura ka se ne ya adebonfo hye maame yemu ansa na ye ba bia te bone ne dooso bone ne na ma ne gidie ani honom nti no de ye ne se ye ade a be ma gidie di aba edi communications consultant abna prema na what be obe post mo na Instagram account of ama wo mo na pe TikTok account mo wo mo na what be am activities ni nyina no na mo nyina mo mpe data of mo amoton ni nyina na data no na ye mfa nkosra de mfa ma mo ate so na mo ho ano de wo be ntemi ka se mo ba ha se ko bi ka se ai ebi ye na ye de ye nye sa obi ani mo bi a wo ye mun keep data no obi ye bia na mo
nka na me ya watching na nko akọ kire ni ba ko wo ye
kasa na na bi kan wo ntemi kan na ye ye etimi de enyum bi si so amasa ama me
eja ya pacho plantain yo musi esi wa na enu adu glew ni nim yes ramu keep plantain mun anu ye maye busumi mun bie plantain yisu mo da mun chiri de fancy 3 months won chiri ni ye 3 good months
me pacho
3 months se mu yi na sa ye
peche mama ya son
okay yani aye data Accra plantain chip sellers plantain chip providers and you know my beja say say nyina maria mama program intimi no nso kra nso ye funu nyina che enti ame manu kurama ana ye ne bie embenifo ne beba
Finye lolo, doji kure nuje, nyaka emeblo, jiku nyaka oye, lolo ne santo mafakora olo, lolo ne santo mafakora olo, lolo ne santo mafakora olo, obenu ka emeblo, jiku nyaka oye, afinye lolo, doji kure nuje. Nunca emewo, jikunu ka oye, lolo ne santo mafakora olo. Ayo, ayo, ayo komado, ayolo, ayo komado, nyaya kereji nyale bebe, ayo komado. Ose iye, ose iye. Tobe mawale fuma, mujilanya. Ega tobe mawale fuma, tobe mawale fuma. Wameno be mawale fuma, mujilanya. J'ai fouillé, j'ai cherché, j'ai pas trouvé. Mujilanya nous que les doigts massés, mais oh là, mujibe massé me la. Kofibe ma watu na tonye ma ayo. When I'm nemavo, ayadudu nyona musoma vo ayo. When I'm nemavo, ayadudu nyona musoma vo. Inga tobe mawale fuma, tobe mawale fuma. Wameno be mawale fuma, mujilanya. Neno vyo onade, ohana jagbaga, be ya wonuma. Hanyo ube na ya sito uboro. Ube neno vyo onade, ohana jagbaga. mi podie so miracle. Ay ay ay, viviti moneleji kunalie. Mauya manolo, akaya manole. Paula, ole gomia benyalo, ole gomia benya. Ase Paula, ole gomia benya se, ole gomia benya. Mbena Paula, ole gomia benya se, ole gomia benya. Aloe Paula, ole gomia benyalo, ole gomia benyalo. Say, no yomia evena ho. No se llame kwa obina jino. Pasko sebe evona miro. Kakala vanya de la le dutina miro. Beno no yomia evena oro. Ao, no se llame kwa obina jino. Ae, pasko sebe evona miro. Kakala vanya de la le dutina miro.
FM Yampasida Mfama Kunugana na Kunugana no no kura yemu ama Kunugana wode eye honchon capsules every wode eye kin tablet every wode eye arababazin emayen wode esewa granules eso emayen na nyina mu no arababazin enunti no Mr. Kill for the man the life bible ebetimi yakosro gusu na traso anani Kunugana hwimu
Nini, and your mother to Todiami Baba no one dear no. Come sober to me. Hey, I shall, hey, now Becca. Ya John to Mammy and Sa Duku, Portomanto. This way chocolate drink. Nakan or she, Amphibian Suberi New Arena. This way chocolate drink. Nakan, yeah, oh, I shall. We then come on to more. Maybe one wants to share crowd your home. Who had your weapon home. Who got a battery at the form one. This way chocolate drink.
Catch up a pair, Baba Wari.
I shall.
If you said this way chocolate drink, you're sorry, no pan on the enum. Ye bishop free genome no snack. Ye nya ho ho anu ye de serve wo mo. Ye didi wie ne ye pebibia bogu ya de so a. This way chocolate drink ne yenom. And this way no ti anu a, he se kire wom, koko wom, prick wom, bibia wom, ade wo hia ne so hye.
This way chocolate drink.
De wo hia ani so hye.
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And your mother to Todiami Baba no one dear no. Come sober to me. Hey, I shall. Hey, now Becca. Ya John to Mammy and Sa Duku, Portomanto. This way chocolate drink. Nakan or she, Amphibian Suberi New Arena. This way chocolate drink. Nakan, yeah, oh, I shall. We then come on to more. Maybe one wants to share crowd your home. Who had your weapon home. Who got a battery at the form one. This way chocolate drink.
Catch up a pair, Baba Wari.
I shall.
Ye fear said this way chocolate drink, you're sorry, no pan on the enum. Ye bishop free genome no snack. Ye nya ho ho anu ye de serve wo mo. Ye didi wie ne ye pebibia bogu ya de so a. This way chocolate drink ne yenom. And this way no ti anu a, he se kire wom, koko wom, prick wom, bibia wom, ade wo hia ne so hye.
This way chocolate drink.
De wo hia ani so hye.
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Neat 100.9 FM. And Wednesday, March 4, 2026. President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, is quoted in today's edition of the Ghanaian Times was a brace up for economic shocks, Middle East crisis. Amaliba Ewaha engineer and Jubuesa Kohan na Comrade Jampo, and so Ewaha say. Na engineer, President of the Republic is asking us to brace up for economic shocks as a result of the Middle East crisis. Exactly what does he think?
When John Mama Nakai,
I'm
saying another for me. Another for me because I want to mean Kasa. John Mama cannot say that. I mean, how can he say that? Say, the embrace here home for external shocks are ever. If you ever. I mean, how is it going to come to Ghana? I mean, I don't think he actually said that. And if he said that, that's a mistake. Anyway, I mean, he cannot say that. because you see, this is not even a global issue, like the COVID-19 pandemic happening. We see baby so far na economy be from even the advanced countries in so far economy so far. I mean, we were told say, they don't see why Ghana should suffer any external pressure on our economy. And until if today there is a fight between America and Iran, you see the India almost replication. No between I jump all the other countries in Ghana. Now be pure Ghana. I mean, how? It will never happen. And that is what I believe that it should happen, because it never affected Ghana during the Ukraine war. Almost affected by Russia. Almost and produce oil palm. We are seeing Ukraine also produce fly the bread and they babia obia to free ho a omokontokwa ebi nkwa abonte bi my inside anunti affect Ghana any wiase nyina. I mean, we were told say that should not happen. Look, I say affect Ghana, any other countries in Africa. In the incident here, and they Iran for or mine crocro be a shebaby. Na o mine na ba shebaby Iran war. Na Iran dey no Ghana dey only Uchaka be.
Iran ya o mine crocro.
Ana o mine then. Eso se Africa.
Ni landmass sopa.
Eso se Africa.
Oni Afghanistan bo share.
Ma me person say omo population eso se Indian. Eso se India for na say China for. Omo ya o mine crocro be omo so mbadi. Na America for no more. No more no Ghana. What has it got to do with Ghana? I mean, John Mama, we go can in terms of or can in terms of cartoon was a cry. Now we crampony na se COVID pan nyame. That's the bia because as we have na McJerry and the menyagen say. And nyame na boa ye pan e di ho fofi. Emma sa COVID in semi e si wo Ghana no na eye NPP aban nimdifo and na wa aban mu a omtoto niema na Akufo-Addo etoto niema ma Ghana ho to yen boy ho ban nipa bebre anwu a ana nka ye NDC fo a nka sabio nka beto yema ye beto yema si ana nka ye didi so okay time COVID ebaye no adakabre omo NDC fo omo adwenkyira omo de baye ene say Ghana ban enfa plane enko China na Ghana fo ho nyina onko so emra Ghana ha ena aban se NPP aban se dabi enyen sa wonim sa asem na omoka ye no sa aban no fine no ye ya nka Ghana nka se ne besi yegu no o hwe ba bi de se Italy asem ne si ye na wo China no mo fa plane ko so omkrofo ba ho enam santi Italy fo wuya ma a day more than 1,500 people ena omu in a day
metu o ma na yem hyehyɛ
na are hompo nipa we enso so NDC for say yankofa Ghana for mfiri China for mra so that say omo no adwembone wo mutirimunti da bia o hawo ento Ghana sanyom na wa ban mu a enei we kurukuru wayo we ye kitikiti we ye fia kra compared to what happened during 2020-2021 ena omo do omo sagu omuti ade a entokwa yi hye 1 week kra ma ye no ena omo do omo sagu omuti say ehon repercussions ebe affect Ghana. They should brace themselves. O man kata den no mo ye afia omba ye ade mpa no mo de gu akwan mu a kire say aban no is prepared and they're doing anything boa oman no father say ewiase nyina oil bo akofom time na NPP wo ho oil 1 bar they turn more than $114 they say abafoma could do about $55 per barrel anunti omo aye lucky say ewiase nyina oil a yedugu ka mu eso ebo ne bo abafom a omo na air benefit from time na e wo soro no. They were blaming NPP government say ye na yama oil ebo akosoro ena nyame acha ade ama wo mo ena omo eba ye ne bo na bafom anu nti se ntokwa si baabi na say oil see supply na so betia they cannot convince anybody in Ghana say the fight between America and Iran no ebenya any economic effects on Ghana. It cannot, and we will not accept it. He shouldn't even try to prepare the minds of Ghanaians, even now. It will never happen.
Quotation, it may be so prepared, the minds of Ghanaians.
That is what he's trying to do. He's trying to, psych our mind, trying to prepare the minds of Ghanaians. And do
you have any challenge with it?
I do have a challenge, serious one. And you see, amamuo enyankwadagoro, yemfa deception, any deceit, emfa mu o man, emfa nyitumi emamamu mu. Mo de twantro ena ayi Ghana NPP aban o wiesiko omba mamuomi afi ba ko abesere ko anoma akra mo ntimi nchie no emfa ne nkoto president o wiesika mo ntimi nya he o mo si bibi de ayi orafo orai omo ye anomanko omo ntimi nkora ne dem ko fa sika ba kora mfiri ho sandi sifo we mo de atro san na mo de aba power mo ba power na afi so entoka kakra bi ba mo dem sagumuti mo nya hu bi kra mo nya hu bi ene mako gina bontin twa nkontompo afi ba ko ba ye tinya create more than 1 million jobs am Ghana for ibu san say nwuma na wo hen so a mo si ye ni ba bi nwuma na wo na adan mo fi say no tuhunu na de ko ba asre
ma male ba mra ni enti ba na akire no so
andi sifo ena ayi Ghana for dom sagu omuti no market for dom sagu omuti koko for dom sagu omuti nurse for osu a teacher for osu obi esu, and this is just 1 year. Let's give them 2.5 years. We'll see what will happen in this country.
Amaliba, I don't know yes sir. Utie the Peter can the na doomsday scenario pa.
Na me mo hana min church for. Na min chia bushon for ajebre etie. And
that man is wo be ma.
Andro na Radio Adom kumase ko jam ko boa ye boss lawyer sabi jemfina odi ne nase ne na wotweda ye da busuafo a beja ye yina ase na yes Radio Adom a bosumi numi ye da ye nemu ne dato so aduasa na ye be kra opini ne chi kra nti ye be so busuafo emeka ye ho na ye nja ne kwama ne ye fe over. Put engineer as someone working. President Mahama and Canada be say Iran, Israel, US conflict at Ecosono and your effect on Ghana right away. On cancer.
We should brace ourselves.
Or see embrace you. Now and to Canada code anymore a bit in my so we are seeing including please. Including Ghana. Can I continue,
Can I continue in the studio, Mpacho?
What's it? A bit millions so we are seeing that. Ghana is on an island. Ghana is on an island. As we speak, Strait of Hormuz, is that the name? Has been closed down. More than 25% of the global oil supply, over 1,700 vessels, are stranded in the Gulf region as we speak. Ghana is an oil producing country, which is true. But you rely on finished product from the global market. Your BDCs, Ewokroma, or more important oil from outside. The issue of oil increment prices and the MPP, it wasn't about the rise of the oil product in the market, the prices. It was as a result of more bad governance. Yamo chief city no edne shefia dollar. Ede ski no come IGP. Wow boss Laji Mahamadou Bawumia. What happened to it? He was unable to speak about the economy. No nam digitalization. Obia will say 1 Ghana card a dimu 10,000 interchanges. A China appointees at the parliament air co interchanging say. Are we surprised as Central region? One more strong who want to man yeshe. Now who calls him? You are comparing COVID-19. COVID-19 by IMF and Mamusika, true or false? World Bank and Mamusika, European Union Mamusika, and many other countries. That's Kamodi Yadeng. Much and the Sekala willing. A rich menu health minister then. Kujina Parliament. Say or sign Sputnik V contract 1 year in or sign. Your people said this, not me. You got free money. In fact, I was expecting
the President of the Republic is asking us to brace ourselves in the wake of possible shocks abeba as a result of the Iran-Iraq. So what are your
it
thoughts on that?
It is very exponential. Though expectations say conflict will be a kono. Yankopon be ya adom na eno abrase. Nyasa abufuo eni akomadenya Iran fo anya e di asoretia Israel. Ene America no. Look, American bases are all Gulf region who have been affected. One blasting in American embassies are being also targeted. And we are talking about the US here. We are talking about Israel. These are significant countries in the global trade value chain. Now, and the Gulf region, Petro, US, Gulf region,
a percentage of it.
A percentage, let me say, a huge percentage comes from the Gulf region. How at a account 19 years and account 2 account 19 and we are speaking to the matter which has the potential to or the potency to affect everybody. Not just President Mahama said you the whole turn in the worker. But see, for me, I believe that given the competent leadership at stake, that though President Mahama is informing us that definitely given the positive trajectory and in success, yede kono. Ebetimi yebetima support host mo. It is true. So who took kwanya? More engineers who took kwanya pa. What a flight mo no rack cloud more. When your shots kakra. That is it. It will not be a smooth takeoff throughout the journey to a smooth landing. There may be rough days ahead. But given the experienced pilot like John Dramani Mahama behind the controls of the console or the journey Nebekwa could do as dream. And in the Omampeniaka, for me, I have no doubt. Say, how many day or how dear number and you say the solution.
And that to know in your COVID, he that to know Ukraine-Iran war by no. A day now party for kind.
You cannot compare. You cannot compare that situation to what we are having now. They are completely two different things. COVID-19 came, government got money. And we say, please, I am a virtuous say Iran and the US kunti. Am I be making kobo amwana? Have we gotten that fund? Is there any fund like that? You made money from COVID. I was expecting my opinion to build something monumental and name it after COVID, but not to relate on one state or Western region. That state should have been named after COVID. Can you remember your dream? So far, baby, I got a baby do wrong. Some quantinine years I'm sure hobium. Because and some more Kenyano for the last almost month and more. Yeah, because to obey Elijah Mahamadou Baumia. Omumbe studio and can single policy option. Ya Mahamadou Baumia or Omaka. Omo be that. Papa ADAKABRI. Me a bemau. Me kai hawa me komu under MPP. Yes. For 8 years under Kufado, I never had a single election. Yes. I never had a single election throughout the Kufado 8 years. And I know that most Ghanaian men had a similar problem. No. And in 2020, in 8 years, I never had erection under Kufado 8 years. In fact, I'm a warrior. I'm impotent. Yes, but what I see, 2028, put Baumia and Henia on the ballot paper. Ghanaian men will vote for Henia and leave Baumia. After all, it is good to battle with individual problem than to battle with a national disaster like Elijah Mahamadou Baumia. And NPP, baby, we are serious. For the first time, President Mahama went to Parliament, gave account about the nation he came to meet, where he has brought us to, where we are and where we are going. And MPP are unable to contest any single figure. Have they been able to do that? And I heard that among a minority, that micro minority in Parliament, among some who go basum and West Eastern region, and me to cocoa farmers. Among seminar say cocoa price, among penny and equafu and dinner year. Make us say one in here, tia. What year to say cocoa price above from? He has admitted it right here. But he is expecting my penny say, please, but you see, I am expecting them. So I remember Jan Kache is a Santa Road cocoa growing area. And the Kejetia Market Complex, phase 2. KJT or the say so I'm interchange in any other project that comes to Central region no, including the expressway President Mahama Ebesinu. One year no but they were able to say it. Then they can't say so what am I yoku no tia bemua na dream na say card ekuta no edi mu check akwanya emma ene kuafo be fa so nyenya kwantempo panam so a you can tell where we are and the MPP have lost touch and they have no clue about where Ghana is going. At least and this one we lost power for over 2 years we never spoke in this country. We kept quiet. Your leadership now from the national chairman to the general secretary to all the executives, everybody was quiet just to give the government a time to settle down and move on. Other than this, they about less than 1 year. Then people see a con. Okay. What are they looking for? We are in the comfortable lead, and I want to assure the good people of Ghana, say,
we should brace ourselves.
We should brace ourselves, but I believe that the journey will be smooth. We won't have the negative impact as we had under COVID when the people was in office.
Amaleba Kingsley Haruna of the National Democratic Congress. Now what in now earlier on, Engineer Peter Nchubuesiako, what in is about Ghanaian Times reporting President of the Republic asking Ghanaians say embrace your or possible shocks as a result of the American Israel on one side and Iran on the other side. Comrade Jampo of the CPP. And the CPP for Simudi Mawoda.
Edi Awoda, CPP. Mpenyufo, ebinume di kan kon krofo. Ekudi Awoda on krofo on Friday. From here I'm moving straight to Krofo. I met share with you for also. And then wash for. Say near present kind say ne kwanso anu. Should brace ourselves for the shocks. Because definitely there will be shocks. Because to pay almost to money the way Iran destroy oil bases ni other countries no. We should brace ourselves for shocks because currently crude oil 74.03 per barrel and it's possible because of what is happening. It is possible. And I said, what kind of state of a nation address, and you want to move the country to a different level. Now all of a sudden, no way are happening. Definitely, you have to assure Ghanaians say, and I remind Ghanaians that they should brace themselves for the possible shocks. But the bomb pie say, Ntokwano, a two bit trantem because Africa, BB says here suffer more because you're planning near BBR and you're poor. Most of our things we rely on these foreign countries. In the Abanisa, Yenya be affected. Be affected more. Yeah, for ni to move for na. Yeah, show TV sunia be affected more. Come crude e pejan mu kosrope. Abanso de or the 2 years old. No the 2 years so dia na nsem bebre happen. Inti ye stress and to kwano be twantem. And the way Iran awiata so say on twaso sese anu de. Yankopon e onka mo akoma. Enye say e be bre pa because MPA say your crew I bet me sustaining up to 5 weeks or something of that sort. That's 5 weeks ni twemu na still at the kwano esuntwa then ye be asoman. As quickly as possible, the president should form a team to look at all these things. Other than that, nebetu Ghana a best in COVID. A best in COVID. Into your stress, you embrace your own for shocks, but they should put in measures so that if the war didn't end now, what will be the possible way I bit my idea sustaining the Ghanaian economy? That is the most important thing. Because when you sustain the economy now, ebe high pa ndi yesre ebe high bebre because food and area bibia in a Gulf region so we produce almost about 50% of food that we use in this country. In the bibisa bana yintimi nya food emfanye bibia. What do we do? In the Brazilian, but there should be a team to work around this thing.
Right. Comrade Jampo, I'm Jampo of the Convention People's Party and out in no. Earlier on, Engineer Njubu Esiako Kasai na Haruna Kingsley Amaliba of the National Democratic Congress Kasai. Now moving on, in today's edition of Daily Graphic, as the transport sector needs stronger framework. Now, Graphic and Standard Bank breakfast meeting. Now rely on the transportation sector. Now road transport part be a Stanbic Bank, head of marketing, Mauku Orca. 20 years ago, thereabout 2007. Now that time Stanbic Bank, the funding buy to brand new vehicles, minibuses, transport operators. Tiama Bisine Krano. Nissan Urban and Toyota your friend almost Stanbic. In the Stanbic for no yet a vehicles no. But a bus here you shouldn't be a contract high purchase agreement. Yeniso Yajiana Yintriaka. Then the bank could not continue to say Ombatus Kanago. Inti next was omo ekate back na omo ye de benia omo erukupu kakra no betime erukupu time Miami banki best point ebaye they went into offering monies at the top small Toyota Vitz ni Nissan events Micra and me man crofo so mfanye hey ride ibi. It wasn't more than a year. They had to, reprocess some vehicles in a microphone to me to loss. I recall at a point, sources at the best point back at you say, Omo for musica move that from Fankotoka. I make a commercial vehicle, be it a minibus or say maxi bus or a small salon in CB. And then whatever a year Tessano Haya Hobart Clinic na new opposites and a prudential for Eco Geo a da or man normally prudential insurance. What of you people over the wall over 100 mini saloon cars and it's one man. Now you dear hair rider microphone to me entry or more are repossessing in it now. Yes, stronger framework. How do we fund acquisition of new motor vehicles for the private sector and the government sector only to say and grow for Yaka? Engineer.
Yo, ADAKABRI medasibebre. Now you see, Ghana hano. Say obi to adie wa free na sika no e wo soro bebre. The risk involved no very high, and it's all because of three things. Aiding kind yen addressing system, and etosibio the form of identification. It brings a nipa also batadi. I am passe on one kasana, and a means of tracing the person. Say nipa no what do you call no say manyana wa ha manyana answer manyana wa ha inti emma the risk involved no ewo very high, and that is why a lot of people find it difficult to give products out of credit, and this is why a lot of people sided with the former vice president. Okase or the declaration eba nanka enyema beye simple or the credit scoring system eba nanka abua. Even the introduction of Ghana card abua must say capture all the information about individual or height or eyes color baby what addressing system, everything is on there. no boa must say a unique identification, a form of identity, a source of ID checking for individuals in the country. And no one aspect. And another what the street addressing system. And so now Ghana the way you see your town planning, no, it has become so difficult to even name the street. Because we name will be them. So difficult. Obi a tumi koton asase no hwe na hane mu baya obi tumi koton mu nipa foforo na no me gas na nsen obi gas me nkɔhwe asase bi na we toy no wotumi said if you so bani nyina eye ekwan edan finfin na eduru ase hane mu abai kakra omso hana de wote beto na just say one hwe ya obekwa koto but meanwhile that is supposed to be a street beboa obi a anu nti etwa se Ghana hano yenya development plan aban bia ba obehwe so including digitalization na the previous government embark on no so and I feel so ade ba ko amahu say Ghana we have not touched on the idea of moving into EVs, electric vehicles ade atwa say Ghana pan it shall say ye de ani ekosopa sisi am no ka say there is no law a boa hwe say private individuals on betimi oni electric vehicles a obeduru habo na say we here duties obetua no mpo eba form sisi am no ka say they classify EV cars as luxurious vehicles and unti duty a otua won ho no is about ×2 as compared to the normal fossil fuel. Other countries now, they are even paying people. UK pays about £4,000 for anybody who wants to purchase EV. China pays about $7,000 dollars for anyone who wants to buy EV. Import so say oton o car. Now odekoto a second-hand EV crana, they give you up to $4,000. America gives about $8,000 for anyone. So Ghana, what are we doing? You see, these are
what Ghana is doing is the country now. The Indian giants are almost EVs, almost chief executive of Ghana, and they are arranging meetings for the chief executive to meet with transport operators.
No, but should we have to wait for somebody from his country? In the business, and some say there is a need for the government to go into EVs or make provisions for people to go into EVs. Me no ka say my partners. Then me charge me car back on one say one nam Achimota academy sales school na Kaokudi bunkum so no. One say sa kwana kofa ECG form filling station. Almost X charger or something like that. Almost a charging point to be ho. Na me charge me car back na me wana mu say caravan bi and I say van yanko for the trottery back one be pisu a onzo ebe say wo de no wo ye trotros an am so wo de na electric car no yes me be charge e wa ha so wow so this is the level we should move our vehicles into na yen incentives e man crofo ntimi to EV cars e boa utimu a no say ekoyo. I'm telling you, sir, ever since obi obetra me de man so
ba enye de why hwe na abo if the one take car and when bus stop for London why we here
me ni moto echi am here on here bobo because on take so but that is the level we need to move and obi a oko China sisi me ka say me call China anytime I make obi car me be family free airport no alak so what timu ati say what tell na enema bi memi a won fi kama just massage mo feel good
exhaust fumes bi am
won tifi no ekosia yo kama what timu a wasum to and this say we ma wo ayi car no ensu na ta no so yes na kwan ensu enye ba ta won tifi the mom electric vehicle what timu ayi so smooth look what me pick up my pack anymore. I'm able to take it to Kumasi. You see that the only challenge I want to say, I'm saying na so nintino. The charging points no enye bebre. I feel na Accra hano or my some few places beside ANC Mall, Achimota Mall, other places.
Industrial area Ghanaian.
Me the ba ko be ko Kumasi. Na mi nkwa kam yesu. Ha, me almost say. Also, who search your internet so almost say charging point. I will come say a KNUST. Now me drive go through. Me could do na ka 100 kilometers. Because me dey twamako, baby I make one. And I made the with me charging or socket, normal 13 amp socket. Na ma plug off here, na ma charge. But because me kwa hwehwe na dia got to me. And I'm so mami me fan
me diverting go UST.
Me call ye.
It's a year human day.
And just say you know no so no. The miniature one, small one I'm say 3 kilowatts one. Who charge it will take you about 8 hours and don't let me charge it. So my brother, you know, Accra 100 there within 1 hour, 45 minutes. No charge every the big ones because they are about 22 kilowatts hour. Kilowatts, charging points. I don't know. I very fast. The all charging of you know, all the old plug not taking them socket anymore. What daddy be cheap? I'll be free by 7 o'clock. No, say it means could 400 kilo. What do you call it? Kilometers. It's able to charge it for you, and it's so convenient, so convenient. I've read about the policy idea whereby the government is giving incentives for for commercial use.
EV for trotro, can it cut the congestion on the road?
It may not be able to cut. It may not be able to cut congestions, but it will help with the transport fees, emissions and transport fees. Because me where I see hey, say me co charge any of the points me charge it will give me 500 about 500 kilometers, and I pay 300 cedis. Well, say me feel any of the Takuma Yam the Bahano. Me feel I pay about 1,200, and that is V6. Petrol? Yes. For petrol, says I'm 1,200, but this one I pay only 3. So when you're using EV, you're saving more than 70%, 70 to 85% in terms of so they compare. So the usage of EV is the best. Is the best. Okay. So I think the government should move very fast into making up policies to allow EV vehicles, for private use. So say the policy that is for only big vehicles and commercial people. But for individuals' private usage, they are classifying the EV vehicles as luxurious, and the tax on it is times 2. In fact, you pay 20% of the price you buy it. And why between that back it doesn't make sense. I think the government should go into that and then have better policies to.
As a gentleman, or they smart. Or the EV vehicles transport to by Baumiamu de Edmond. That's what break Koba or US. Or breast until MPP for buy and so now that breakthrough.
What we are looking to do, in fact, myself and my partners what we are looking to do is we want to go into a scheme whereby people will be able to put down about 30 to 40% down payment and then use about 3 years to pay off the money without any interest. In fact, this arrangement, me prepare policy, back into very soon. I'm for Benya all these in place.
Transport sector needs stronger framework. More or less, people failing to pay back. As Peter is saying, what we have 40%, 60%, if you are buying or no friends are buying their channel. To own tria, Okaji bank loan, own tria. Now, at the end of it all, the bank wouldn't be interested in say or put a revolving fund in that sector. What have you got to say about that?
Well, the transport ministry with the bank, Asia, let me say it's all about transportation, right? Are you part of a meeting? You in particular?
Yes, we were. VIP was invited.
Thank you. Okay. If VIP was invited, that's fine because you have a best. Private operating system, transportation system in this country. And, I think there's a more canhodia. Yeah. And sometimes, omokoji cars na. Netia a problem. Obeji driver no, be yusuka no, be mouse stories. So I say what I say. And there's no tracking system in the car to know whether what the driver is saying is true or not. At that time, I stand big by Kotakrade, Kobasisia. But it got to a time now. Now who's a stand big nibium? Ebinuma say, Ebinum ntia num ni ade, because there was no tracking system to know whether what the driver is telling you is true or not. Ebi wo kro no park when the girlfriend feel kro be dey no be more stories and so on and so forth. Ebi wonzo a bank no nso wudi nkrofo sika mo da abesisi ho na akoto basis di ama nkrofo yi no mo nso mo ntia kai in the end of the day no dey obey nse obeji oji nso aka na reduce ni value nti asem bi dey. But once a VIP will come meeting in Odia, me worry him say if proper thing is done, we'll get the best for this country.
Now this idea of say a G you perceive to yaron.
And we Ghana for Subai no.
Nti young Tremusa.
Ni obayan sa bia obachinatum. Na nipa hin kwa na wako chinatum e bia no wo fa bi akunda.
Na loan default to your chinipatum.
We area or no boze we or there's a loan company be they be our na machine na mo ba.
Will be better say
they come.
Who default on private loan and one never show.
They even fight them. I'm telling you. They come in the midnight.
Sir Obede.
Obajini Zika.
And where nya manoa.
They fight them. Me say muti obiata ye we nim but
na where nya manoa. No I order.
When nya mana.
Aye.
And to kwane ba no because onu na oye penyina guarantee my amount loan. I think the company will hold him responsible. Intina say on any break no be gini sika na company.
No na say obaye no obi for so guarantee ma. No say your responsibilities no. Mimi je Peter to na say mimi nim Peter. Na Peter so person kwaje bank bi sika. No be kan kire me. Na mimi nim Peter nti ma ko guarantee ma Peter. Peter ntia no we you mani. Omo ko Peter ho.
Yes.
It is a mimi se me guarantee ma Peter bet me am den.
In the first place,
one person ton usika. Who ton usika is risk involved.
And without guarantee to say ma loan because it himself would default wa.
I don't want panic sika.
Over
that mentality say the G loan and yentua card. Wrong.
Absolutely. Until at this time, the Ghana card and kuta information about you very important. Because previously people were struggling to get loan because of the same issue of IDs. But this time your ID.
Me use ufie digital address here ID na.
No, apart from digital address, your ID, the Ghana card, your details on it, it cut across everywhere. This time there's a centralized place on between information about you, and that is very important.
It's a credit reference bureau.
It's very, very important. And if you're able to improve on this, one of the things that ADAKABRI say, this time you're going to deal with organizations and institutions so that the payment will be taken from the source and we'll sign MOU with your mother company. Because the MOU will be signed and you need that reference letter from your organization and it will be taken from the source. It's going to be done for most of the institutions. And for that matter, I think that let's start from there. And sign I will come individuals
individual with the guarantor. Obeji ontiaka. Intino sa attitude no awoye ho ache na egusu adidi yemu.
Okay, yama maliba
me. Adidi yemu too much.
Anya. And I feel be my adwuma.
I was bad 2 weeks in the try kakra.
Oh sir. Oh, you suppose that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
NDC mba mu nke be ha.
And watch na check.
Anse yamia yebi. Ebeneza de odi abedru ni. Na engineer. A very simple question, Dr. For ADAKABRI busa you. Most of the times, individuals, any financial institutions, a agreement, like a high purchase agreement, they breach their side of the bargain and fails to honor or more part of the contractual terms, which eventually leads to losses to the companies are or more enter into the agreement with the potential consignees. Eventually, the company can repossess equipment now more than money because of time value of money and the equipment now depreciation is also a factor. It is all repossess machine no looking at sika wetuano and the turn now being free if you didn't muno ebiana antimi meet the value na ka woton of floor ka omeyano. And this problem, how do we deal with it? Of our name, one question I don't know. Now, digital card nomne sansa no can fire no and also if you be fine. Minim na media who one unim. Oh, you see any issue over posuma MPP Fubiano. One person mo yalom de ba o be shame just to give him some undeserved credit. But the more they try to do that, the more they throw Baumia under the bus. Baumia's credibility deficit, accrue to him by virtue of unwanted pronouncement in the past. My man is seminar bottom macro offer. Won't mean you're who feel bedroom, man whom fee. And Timuniano, of all him say, we are. But many years, Omukulu of El Kata. A buy and shame evacuate to Mofio because of the little extension. The good government.
A buyer and Shame, where you never.
Yeah, but many years from Middle East.
So what has got to do with Kai?
Yes. What I mean is that Sabai Papa will Ben Motia Kunyasua. In Shep Papa Biano, it doesn't benefit only the overall citizens. Even opposition that benefit. Now can I for Quemo? I bet there for Quemo Mount. Minister Ghana for Nekas and 2 digit chain. Overseer. We are expired Ghanaian. Over. For me, a huge challenge. Emma institutions, a bar high purchase agreement, and a default, which eventually emerges out of it. Because a painstaking investment decision and organizations to be take it upon themselves. Over. Sabana say, yen kind sika be 500,000, 700,000 and more. And Kotoka, how many Ghanaians can raise that money up front? As a working capital, if you so wish to go into transport business. And the Jumakuobi say, Onipa dasani so bet matna we are saying ama Onipa like your worth as a human being and your completeness and your ability to survive and provide for your family. By making funds available to you. Now what you may engage in a productive economic venture for your own good and for the good of society. Now bed in a bed also no. There is a bed in every war and give you a space. You are working with the passage of time to deal with a canon kakrano. Kaya jempa. But a ban saying a man for Kojisikana, a reachino na, and you might demand one person be on Betuaoka. Me, I dear me, the Dicano. Aye, Sabi, Nipa at ye my refree. Sikaba Nipa Stremo and Suban Essa. Inti Office a home ya bantino. May come and hold the Sika or Sakabeko to account their Kobe before. Ghanaians are very prone when it comes to that. Our level of honesty is very questionable. Lack of honesty on the part of the Ghanaian people. And then one issue. And Karen Papa Moni Kwanseke Banasa, Nemo Adentra. On my insun yet, engineer to do consider for praise or to us all them. Your nipper P. Ekano, but the same people or your Kuala and Inswadi, you saw on Kano Cre. Oh, in South Subano, Adoku Ghana for it. And we need to move away from it. That's number one. Number two. Nipa okru manitito mu ya. San yo mano ebeba from ebion was for me sometimes well about the court going to court. I think that I always prefer out of court settlement of issues. No be away to the one say. Dan say he ko court you ya. You bet me the assembly you want to be more. If you be the nature na dey bio. Over to is it a better institutions no? I think before ebe release bibi saa ediama obi se onfa nkoye adwuma no wo say yetimi hu nipa no the guarantor wo gina nipa nachi the guarantor should always be the case because so nipa no default the company can fall on the guarantor to recover any losses ebe emerge therefrom and yes it will always create a problem and the losses will be borne by the institutions with the passage of time. And also a part of our economic structure. A boy and my mining chichire ekoye. Na se ankran ni pakuo ni suban bi e wo manfo bi munti. Omoje akande no munti mintuaka. Na so omoje na no kredi ankoye. Na ekowie chi ne se ye gya yenye high purchase bi omo a. Why na? Sabio how abeto no so. E ba abeto yi na yeso. Ya things with the passage of time was say you build a robust trading system and legal regime where Emma Quina will be because look,
finally.
Okay.
Minority takes the cocoa, cutting cocoa prices to the farm gates.
Over. They make a minority. Me, Maka. Now repeat it again.
I repeat it.
Oshaman Sachia. Kucha woman Sachi. Yomi Cocoa say. Adansi gromisa e ho ne koko fuo me papa di be 70 years o da so to akura wodo koko already adom na me de mention emma ndis ne Ghana e ko na wie ya I will go back to Adansi gromisa for the last days me could be a koko biom enti me koko asikura sini pa MPP for o mote parliament no mo nim koko adwuma enchenyen se e kan obi a obegina ho akoma koko akuafo a me Amalaba should be number one. You know why? I am a son of a cocoa farmer. Besides that, Saoko cocoa growing areas now, about 70% of the cocoa farmers' labor are provided by the Kusasis, who are my tribesmen. From Asante region to Bono region, from Bono to Western North, to Central region and to Oti region. Baby, who are cocoa for. They are the people who are providing the labor. So if my people are to benefit and they are within the larger majority, why should I stand against them? Baby, like the president said during the State of the Nation address last week, Okani Pefe said, it is one of the most painful decisions that he took it with a sober reflection. It's either he took the decision and revived the cocoa industry, or he proceeded and crashed the whole thing. What do we choose? Many of us saying, over La Côte d'Ivoire cocoa and 1,100.
1,225.
Very well. Ghana, try to say.
2,587.
So, difference in saying. Same people before say, Wamamba call for a cocoa growing area, advocacy. I was expecting a Fenyo Markin and his team to surrender their monthly salary for the next 3 years. Say, I bind you and no fan could take your phone. You don't buy a drain. Now, some more can the offer. Sabi, if you show us in a buy idea, there's some food throw.
La Côte d'Ivoire Bosnia $516 million US. It could until they could not sustain it. And also more Bosnia.
Fine, offer. Bosnia boya na ya no boy or mine boy. We have come out from a quagmires not too long ago. Haircut. Offer, I dare say so I will tell you will become. People had earned money in their account. Usika with account muno. We're affected. Sanon person mo dey ko biwana.
Okay.
Akuafo nan kasa tiase that the omo catch aban say fungicide, fertilizer, any other farm equipment omo hia no aban farm omo free. Aban se majetum na meye. Into offer omo ni bibia ka omo nka omo no ntum nembu yaman.
Okay, Peter. Omo come on ntum.
Adakabre. You see, on say NDC for baba mumu they struggle to do anything better for the country because they don't think outside the box. Ebi any minya amaliba obetra hay nyamika ya ono nso enam se won tia sinti o twema no si from say adedi na ye ka ade a obi to ade on credit na oka digitization who asem addressing system who asem me Ghana has this year. My phone every year or two. Me renew. Wabra, I don't need to be in UK. I can sit here and even contract a loan with my bank or any loan institution in UK. The only thing I need to provide is my addressing system, my name, and other few details. They will do the credit scoring and give it to me. I don't need to be there. I don't even need a guarantor. We need to get to that level whereby we will be doing things without guarantors. That is what Bawumia was pushing the country to, and that's what we need in this country. Old mentality. I drink that.
Final comment on the cocoa price.
And when you know, 20 years and no 2 years I've been in the dome. That is what they do. Well, I think say beginning of now, I say, what is the NPP message on this cocoa matter?
Yes.
Omoko village hono at aseme no mo ka asema ye kan nyina ne say. Amamuo hoi enye so simple sir. So difficult things or difficult times will come, and you have to take difficult decisions and also help other people out. All decision no ebe ha wo mo ebi na abeto ndc for man say NPP time aye wa amamuo mu na koko ewiase nyina ye te so no aban nim say koko bo no ebitima akosoro ebitima abafom na emom enam say omo enekuta oman nim sonko no say eba fom a untumi mfa eho ohaw no enkoto kwiani ne so etwa say wo aban no wo fa kwan bi so na wo de so omumu eno na ndc for enam say omo they like taking light and easy decisions ntino omo mpese omo be take a decision a ebe boa ama omo atimia so akuafo nasene. I mean, what all that they needed to do. I mean, how much is the difference? I mean, thousand cities and almost free. So if you multiply by cocoa and just say almost na almost de cocoa almost to be a weird dao near new one on betona afia by the between. If you multiply the difference now almost free. So now I don't think it's anything. It's not anything. I bet bro info $50 million impo. I don't think say ebe brosa. So omo ntimi anhwe. Meanwhile, nipa ba ko what you mean kwa say na de man no. What you mean kwa ya man 52 million. So ngodi. Wa bla wan ya yuma bia. What you mean kwa 52 million. And sana you know construction pioneers. Well, omo kwa che you know says kawe e ma omo die. I can afford that omo hu ba no. Mo person beteki a decision aba no be kire na. Enso anything. What I say? Omu ena omu nimnia omo ye. Abanu nimnia omo ye. They don't know what they're doing and they're taking easy decisions. And when you're in government, things are not going to be so easy for you. If you say what to me, say outside the box, and that is what they don't know what to do.
Okay,
they don't know what to do. Yeah, they should at least if nothing at all. The price now on back to you know. The bato suna omba nyimfus omoma akufo ado de no 3,100 almost have a milk for keke. This is not difficult to do. This is not me cry me hey I can even source for loans for them ompa mo me nyazika mo no me come akua for no mo to
have say medical can we fidie bi so before, but I repeat it again. Cocoa price now almost is no dear and then 3 years. Nembum adeba kwa metie Joseph Boye, the former chief executive. Or see or no one betu sika one betu she. Inti na see a council da honum. Inti I can one a boy. Now near bet me yeah so money say yeah national probe into that thing. Na ye betimi anka ye televise in live na ye bisa questions na ye hunia long we akoji ye usi wudi be say na me ene ko we say ye say na ye nyina ye nti ye ho ase enye sa we na afuom ade tia na wo nso akọ afuom emfa bibia amba nia ebetimi aboy ni say ye hia probe into say na be a 32.19 billion kan be da hono. And now cocoa prices no you reduce no. Eka. Oh, 32.91 billion. Oh, there be anything I make say. Yeah, and I make say. We here a national program. We should probe that thing.
CP before the most support on this photo.
There is yes support to be here. But no person here can. There be anything say sir Debio.
When you say criminal charge have been preferred against Boahin Edu, is that the name?
Oh no, you see.
You create charges every day.
Are you able to prefer charges against somebody without necessarily cautioning and taking a statement from that person?
I think the process have taken place. And that's why we've got it. I've seen a publication on.
They are getting a caution statement, and based on the statement, they prefer charges.
According to Ghana Web publication, this is what I have heard. That the charge have been preferred.
It has reminds you, you're national probe into the cocoa sector.
Right.
Oh, yes.
It has that any of the man. If you're not a Abraham we and Michael and a DJ foreign and a Debecofi, nobody ever call Jojo. I said that comma Abna Frima Abanko, Nana and Kibu Siakon, Majero, say Ajmai, was on leave. Odame is also lurking behind. But for now, dear, Yankufi.
Catch it, listening here, and no man better to me Baba no one dear no. Come so to me. Hey, I saw, hey, now Becca. Yeah, Joe.